recaps here as well, and yeah, some interesting 1v1s were happening over there, but we had so much other action going on. This is what's so exciting about this meta as well at the moment.
It's been so chaotic as well, like so many different fights, and then we've had some massive team fights as well. Let's have a look at whether or not we see a bit of a different strategy. Looks like we might do here, as 4 members look to be heading towards the keep here from the side of PZ, but in fact we're going to see a bit of a skirmish around the middle of the map here.
Yeah, it's aggressive from Zan as well. He needs to be careful there. Obviously the NG is very survivable and can do well in that fight over towards that Henge area, of course. As the fight seems to be migrating back over towards here, tech speed does drop very low. The heal, he gets full health back up there as well, as the damage keeps coming back onto him. They can't do that when they're trying to pressure the guy down. They're missing out there on that rev heal, because the damage that comes into him gets converted to healing, and he's going to be back up to full HP. And Muffins goes down here over on the Henge. Will rank 55 be able to take that? There's so much damage and cleave coming out as well. And also we are going to see Java very low himself as he comes into that death drop with tons of conditions on him at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And this seems like so much more kind of favoring rank 55 to start this one in terms of the actual skirmishes. We saw PZ really winning out those skirmishes in general in kind of our first iteration of this. This time rank 55 really seemed to be absolutely on it. We did see them start off by capturing the mine, then really committed to the Henge. And now the recap has come out from PZ onto that mine, and it's kind of one apiece here as Java is going to respawn, turning it into a 5 versus 5 once again. But take a look at this over towards the keep. We've got a 2 versus 1 onto Zeus as Muffins arrives on the scene to turn this into a 2 versus 2. Texme and Zan going to be trying to win this one out, but looks to be relatively stalemated in terms of who's kind of taking the advantage here.
In the long run, you know, we've got the Ellie who can, of course, give some nice heals as well. But I'm going to just quickly jump over towards the mine, because they've been all over the shop over here as well. As we go into Marvin, we have a look at K-Pod, has gone down. Moa comes out as well, needs to be careful trying to take out K-Pod here. And we are going to see the down coming out from Levin. Oracle on point as well. He's going to try and get the decap here. Doesn't get it, but Marvin is going to go towards mid to have a look and actually try and back up this fight over on this mid node as well. As Texby drops to about half HP, he's going to be okay for now. Drops back on node as well. And Zeus does get hard focused here. But you know, full health comes back out, and the Ellie is obviously very survivable on this map.
Yeah, take a look over towards the Henges. We've got Mankout and Java in a little bit of a duel, but here comes the Revenant to kind of flip this in favor of PZ. But it looks like it's going to once again turn into 2 versus 2. And I mean, this is how we can tell that these are such good teams, is there's the communication there. They know that the rotation is going to happen, so they preemptively send that player. But here we go, Muffins taking a whole bunch of damage over towards Keeps in a 2 versus 1, and looks like he might just try and retreat from this one.
He's actually doing a good job, but Zeus is right there. I mean, he's going to be able to heal him on point. Muffins does go off node. He's got his heal available. That was sensible. He just held it long enough. And we are going to see the Revenant comes into it as well. Texby making something of a similar mistake earlier before as well, where he gets healed back up. As you said, K-Pod going down over towards that Henge node isn't going to be saved here by the Necro on his side, as Java is thinking, well, not thinking, he needs to get away from this. But they want to pick up the second kill, snowball this more into their favor so they can get those caps on the map. But Team BZ are holding... Take it back. Let's eat my words, because Java and Zeus are down as well. Muffin down to about, he's going to be taken out here for sure, surely. As obviously Java in the distance, he's just waving his hand out, please res me. But Texby might go down here actually. Oh my god, that's epic play from Muffins. Good job from him. Marvin comes down as well. Can he help out? There's too many people from 55 around, and they are looking for that res. They get it, and they come back up to mid.
Yeah, Texby gets back on his feet and jumps straight on back into the fray, but actually gets dropped incredibly low. He's got so many condies, and he will go into that downstate. Can they pick him up once more? Looks like they're going to be able to. And this team play coming out from rank 55, they're managing to just survive this team fight. But look at the health bars from PZ. They're not even struggling in this skirmish. They are straight up winning out. But again, the side nodes just keep on getting decapped and recapped for both of these teams. As take a look at Oracle getting focused on out. He's going to be able to get that heal at the last second.
Yeah, I mean, right there, they needed to push back onto him, and he was lagging behind there. And they need to remember, he's not playing Mesmer anymore, boys. He's on Necro, which, you know, the mobility-wise, it's a little bit more awkward nowadays. We do see the downstate from Java coming out over towards the Henge as well.
And we are going to see him.
Yeah. Texby obviously doing a good job on Revenant there as well. As we see the rest of the 55 members going to try and push these members back. Marvin going to just jump through their lines there as well. So we see a lot of off-point fighting at the moment, and mid-point obviously getting decapped at the moment as well by Mankel there. So let's have a look back over towards this point over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Java's still in that down state. He is literally about to bleed out there, but that is going to mean he's finally on that respawn timer. But a bit of a skirmish going on at the Henge. It's going to be Marvin trying to just get anything he can, trying to get the decap, but I don't think
he's trying to hold them there for as long as possible. There's nothing he could really do in that situation, in that losing fight, of course. But he's going to be in downstate, waiting to come back up as well into the game. Zeus very low, does a good job at getting his heal off, of course, as well. No tops obviously coming out there. And we are going to see K-Pod in himself going to switch this fight around quite well. But Manco, you know, Ellie versus Ellie in the 2v2, you know, that could be lasting quite a while as we go over towards this mine node. Have a look at this 1v1 between Zan and also Muffins here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at this skirmish that is going on. Oh, I say skirmish. It's going to be kind of that. I'm not sure there's a whole lot to talk about that one, as Java is going to go down in the middle of the map. Oracle going to be able to just about finish him off. And I like this that we keep on seeing 55 do. Actually,
he's going
Java
for the res.
might just get rezzed on. Oracle is going to try and interrupt this one. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Does manage to block it at the last second, but Marvin arrives as well. And it looks like Java maybe can get away with this one. Oracle doing his very best to keep him down, and he will be able to do so. K-Put in the meantime over at the keep has been knocked into the downstate, so Texby gets the 1 versus 1, and that's going to secure that point for them. Zeus goes down, and this is looking pretty bad for PZ. Zeus getting that Vapor Form to try and get up to his teammate, but he's got nowhere to go to.
We've seen the decap. Obviously, Henge now, everything's decapped across the map, but the thing is in favor, everything is in favor of rank 55 as they get those 3 important kills, and we're waiting for Zeus to come back into the map. Now they need to regroup, they need to not lose people on the map. But the thing is, rank 55 are pushing those guys who are singular on the map at the moment. And Muffins is doing a good job at trying to get away, but he doesn't get lost out here. He needs to be very careful that he gets off some nice damage. Good dodge from Muffins there as well. Crystalline Hibernation comes out on the proc, of course, on low HP. Java does come in for the defense, and look at so low. It's surprising he got to where he did, to be honest, as well in the end. Java's trying to help out, obviously, with K-Pod on the side. They're trying to just interfere and knock back, but Java moving out. It's just a sensible decision in the end as well.
This 3 cap is so huge right now for 55. Look at the points that they're managing to get onto the board. We need to see PZ commit to something. Marvin is going to be able to get the decap on the Henge. They have to commit as a group to one of these points. They have to try and force the hand of 55 to overextend. Here they go. They get Texby down. If they can finish this one, but Texby, they get the knockback, and they get the res onto Texby. He's back on his feet. K-Put is going to go down in the meantime. He's slowly but surely bleeding out. And again, 55 taking advantage. Texby again, though, he is still going to be the target. Can they keep him up this time? He's desperately trying to kite away, and he does get a bit of a heal. His Q comes back, and he's going to be able to escape from the fight.
Java is no more, obviously, at the moment. Nice knockback comes out from the Revenant. From the Revenant, obviously, Dragon Stance elite knockback. They've still got the cap, so, you know, it's not completely over, but at the moment, they are running for their lives. Look at Muffins. He's got nothing left at the moment. Zeus is on up, he's just trying to get as close to his partner as he can. Yeah. And at the moment, it feels like this map could be over for Team PZ at 300 points. 55 are not having any of it. They are just rolling over this map right now.
Yeah. I mean, 55, they've come in with a vengeance right now, because it looked so close before, but now triple the points right now. Rank 55 are looking incredibly strong. Texby going to be grabbing that Henge again. That's going to turn it into 2 caps, 2-1 here. But PZ have kind of regrouped a little bit here. They're actually sort of back in that team formation, and now they can start to push towards these objectives. But honestly, it feels like they kind of need to get a 3 cap at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, to get the control back in the map, I mean, you know, rank 55, just going for that boss kill there as well. See the portal over on the midpoint, and rank 55 going for that boss kill and knowing that they can get that while the respawns are coming out is very, very strong, because they can get that extra 25-point buffer, get them some extra stats, which does really matter, especially with the extra damage they can bring out for themselves and stats as well. And, you know, over on the midpoint now, we've got the decap coming out. That's 2-0 for the rank 55 guys at the moment. And it doesn't feel like Team PZ are going to be able to come back from this unless they can snowball it off of this fight that's happening at mid, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Oracle
3 cap
has gone down into that death shroud. Keep does get decapped as the 3 cap happens. So they're not quite going to be able to finish it with that much finesse, but Oracle is in that downstate. Can they get the res, though? They're looking to try and get it. And again, 55 against all odds, managing to just pick up their players. And this is kind of how they're getting these edges on PZ. We've not really seen many reses coming out from our blue side here, but rank 55 just seem to be in these perfect team formations where they're going to be able to get that CC off on the opponents and pick them up. Java is going to be like focused down here, and that's kind of what we expect from the Neckos. Look at that Death Shroud on about 10 HP right there, but I'm not sure how long it's going to last.
But Oracle is very close as well, so they are really pushing now, especially if he goes into downstate. He does.
Well, it's now or never for them.
Very, very low here as well. Will be cleaved out. Zeus very low himself. This is going to be the last fight, you know, 450 points. Map rolling into rank 55's favor. You've got to say this is their game currently. It's pretty obvious as it is. But we are going to see rank 55. They just want to clear everyone up. And Zeus is next on their hit list as they take him into the downstate as well. Mid, everything is in control for rank 55 Dragons, and they have done a fantastic job, and they will be able to finish this game out to 500 points very shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-2-5 on the scoreboard on Team PZ. So, honestly, I think PZ really need to kind of go back to the drawing board at the end of this game. This is the point in the game where you kind of just wanted to take a look at what actually went wrong and try and reevaluate the situation, work out what you need to be doing coming into the next game of the series. It was kind of, I feel like a little bit lackluster from them, but here we go.
Dragons were just ever present.
Yeah, they were, they absolutely were. But here we go with our second game of the semi-final. Let's take a look at how they head into this one. Looks like they're going to send a Revenant each to their home points and then head towards the middle of the map. Looks like we're going to see the Scrapper go over from the side of rank 55 to contest the mansion.
Yeah, he's going to be able to survive there for a very long time. If they do want the 2v2 there later on as well, someone can back him up easily if he does get outnumbered. Defense field comes out for him. He's going to last for a while there over on that side of the map. So you see K-Bud, Drava, Mancal, and Levin for rank 55 now coming over towards to try and get some focus on Levin over on the side, as we do have just two skirmishes. They're just separating them out here. But K-Bud does get a little bit of damage to him on the side there, as Red Levin was dropped quite low. Feel like the damage really came out hard onto K-Bud there. Not able to get his heal off, unfortunately, but he is going to drop very low here as well. The pressure really comes out from the Condi Rev. Not really much Condi cleavage for these guys, and you know, it's going to be very difficult with the Ellie in that situation for him. But Levin is going to drop very low himself. This is very close here as K-Bud gets dropped into the downstate. Mancal going to go for that down there as well, and they're going to be able to finish him off indeed. Memphis grabs a midpoint there as well. We are going to see two side caps coming out now, possibly for rank 55 Dragons with the kill on Java.
Yeah, absolutely. Oracle has been trained on down for quite some time, but he's managed to get over towards his teammates. He's only got that Death Shroud and then a sliver of health remaining. His heal is going to be on cooldown, but it looks like he has got some support from his teammates. The Condis are stacking on up, though. He's trying his very best to survive this one, and he's doing a damn good job as he heads towards this mansion. Rank 55 with the 2-cap right now. Oracle finally drops into that downstate. Are they going to be able to get the res? Zan is going to look to be on the case. Nice knockback comes out from that Revenant. Zan as well, actually getting incredibly low, and Oracle does go down. And now they move on to the next target. PZ, they've managed to take the kill, but they've dropped a 3-cap in the meantime.
Yeah, indeed. That's a lot of damage coming out. They should be able to take this back into their favor, though, if they get the kill on Zan there. And I need to double check what Zeus is running, because I believe that shot does break quite a lot of stun as well. And with that extra Condi move, maybe, you know, I'm not sure if he changed that in the last game, because I forgot to just double check his build. But that could be a really big thing, which is going to help them out here as well. Levin trying to get the res there onto Zan. Not sure he's going to get it in the end. He's going to get some...
He's looking for it. He might actually be able to get it. Oh, Zan's so close to getting up, and they are going to be able to finish it off in the end. So all 3 caps are now neutral as well. So PZ have managed to kind of slow the bleeding on that one and get themselves back onto the map. K-Put has gone down, though, over in the clock tower, and he will get taken out by those Condis. So 4 versus 5 in favor of the rank 55 Dragons, and they're looking to turn this clock tower into their first of 3 capture points. Can they turn it into anything more, though? That's going to be the question, as the fight looks to be going on over at the windmill. Muffins is going to be dropped into that downstate, and doesn't look like Marvin is even going to try and commit to that one. He's just going to try and kite away, but he goes down as well. And the rank 55 Dragons, they're actually starting to run away with these fights.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the whole map decap there. Rank 55 had to pull back into the map, of course, to make sure they didn't get snowballed against, just in case, like, there were a couple of kills, more kills coming out onto them, which was, you know, very good thinking from them. They were patient, they came back into the map, and that's what they're doing again. Team PC, unfortunately, not able to stretch it too far over towards the windmill there. Felt like they could have just pulled back into Mansion, waiting for those respawns to come out. But we are going to see K-Pod does drop very low here as well. Zeus coming out with a nice support there, but doesn't really have much Condi removal left. So if they do go down soon, if they are going to go down, it should be in the near future because we haven't got much. Condi Cleave comes out as well. Zeus has to use it straight away. Heal comes out soon as well, so he's going to have to be careful here. But we are going to see, of course, K-Pod on the side is going to go into downstate. Easy res there as well.
Yeah, Muffin's on the case on that one. Is going to be able to pick up his teammate on that one. And now, I mean, just look at their health bars right now for PZ. They need to kind of regroup on this one and manage to find themselves something here. As we see actually Marvin sneaking around the map, trying to find a different spot to decap, but he's going to be met over by Oracle, so he shouldn't be able to get anything on the board just yet. But this massive 4 versus 4 team fight going on for a pretty extended period of time, and this is the power of the Elementalist right now. But Zan is starting to get focused down a little bit, starting to feel the pressure onto him, but he's doing a fantastic job of just kiting around. His heal is going to be on cooldown for quite a long time, though. The Condis are starting to stack, and he might just be about to drop into downstate.
No, K-Pod's down. He's gone into downstate. Zeus is going to drop as well, and this is careful. Moa comes out to him, but Zone is also in downstate as well. They need to try and pick him up. But Zeus is going to have to Vapor Form onto point, keeping it in their control for now. But everything is over on this side of the map. Rank 55 have completely controlled this fight in the end as well, as they were getting that focus onto them. But good job from Marvin going to mid, getting the cap there as well. Just going to give them a little bit of... Oracle not able to get into the midpoint with that Death Shroud too from the Reaper, of course. But the point should be decapped in the near future, so they could just roll over the map for now.
Absolutely. Java is going to be focused on out here as we see Levin looking for that 1 versus 1. He's looking to try and finish off this Necro, and he might just be able to do so here. One more unrelenting assault will finish him off, and in fact, it's going to be the Condis that take him down in the end. 3 cap coming out for the rank 55 Dragons, and I mean, we saw in that 4 versus 4 team fight, in this new fast-paced meta, you cannot afford to train someone for a long time like PZ did to Zan, but here we go, Java does end up going down, and now the focus shifts onto K-Pod.
Yeah, indeed. But they have done a good job here. Nice CC control again from the Revenants, from Texby there on the side of rank 55 Dragons, Zeus. Of course. They're trying to get anything out here, but Zeus dropping down is really, really bad for the team fight capability, and they're going to have to look for skirmishes if they do want to come back into this at the moment. But also K-Pod down as well. The map is just rolling into rank 55's favor once again, getting all the kills on the map, and this is going to likely push them so far ahead that it's going to be difficult for Team PZ to come back.
Yeah, and it feels like every single time rank 55 managed to get Zeus down, the second that Elementalist is out of the fight, it's just kind of the rest of it falls apart. You just see them drop like flies.
It's so, you're right, you know, because it's just like he's supporting, he's Condi removing. When you're against the Condi Revenant and the Necro, not having any Condi remove is just absolutely horrible. And you know, the Mesmer can remove his own Condi conditions to a degree as well, you know, shattering and healing through his abilities. But then also, you know, they've got Independent, but they still need more. They need the Elementalist there. They need that Water Attunement. They need him to be there for their support. So if rank 55 continues to get the kill on Zeus, then they're going to be able to win most of those team fights. Free cap comes into their favor as well. 300 points. 400 points soon as well, as Java does drop into that down state. And this could be the end of these guys in this map.
It absolutely could, and we see PZ just trying to peel away from this fight, trying to get to these points, because PZ cannot afford to fight off node right now. They've got to be getting these decaps, because they've still got 7 minutes and 50 if they can decap all 3 points, but honestly, rank 55 are just making it so difficult for them to achieve anything, and now they've matched them on every single point. We're going into these smaller skirmishes, which historically has been what EU prefers to play anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they really are good at that. That's how we've been watching, you know, some of these teams play potentially as well. So looking forward, but they've been forcing Team PZ a lot of these team fights as well as 55 as well, because they know now that they can win those. Yeah. So they're absolutely happy to enter them. The game is over. This is Battle of Kylo, done and dusted. Pushing it potentially into a 4th game. We're going to see how well it goes. This could be the last game for Team PZ on your blue team, rank 55 on the red. Can they pull this back?
Well, there's only one way to find out as the game kicks off, and we're going to see rank 55 Dragons on our red side and Team PZ over on our blue. And look at this, a little bit of an interesting split coming out from PZ. I thought they were going to send 4 people over to the mine. Looks like it's going to be 3 to mid. the Condi Mesmer of Marvin going to be going over to that, oh, Quarry, sorry, not mine, as he's going to be up against Levin here. Levin previously winning out this 1v1 on one of our earlier maps.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, all the action at the moment, mid currently, and Zan has actually changed his position. He's been pushing far quite a lot, actually, and now he's going to be operating over towards this mid node. Levin is just going to dip back over towards midpoint as well, but Oracle drops very low and goes into the full down state there as well. No support comes in for him and Reds. A nice knockback out for the Rev, and that's a portal player as well comes out, and that's a good job from PZ. Great play coming out from them as they move back for the decap, get the kill, and that is what we're talking about at the beginning, where we're talking about those portals, and that's what he needed to do to bring out the plays on this map so far, especially if Levin goes down.
This is the PZ that we've been looking for. This is the team that has to come out here. This is their final lifeline. As I said earlier, Levin going to be trying to kite away here. He's going to be able to get on into his base to keep himself alive, but that's going to mean he's kind of out of the fight for a little while here as PZ looks to try and take control of these points. It looks like Quarry is just about theirs at this stage, and we see Mancow in a 2 versus 1 over towards the graveyard. Zan going to be arriving on the scene, but it might be too little too late. Levin going to be arriving as Java turns this one into a 3 versus 3, but over towards the waterfall. Looks like rank 55 have managed to take the advantage on that one. Oracle should be able to finish that cap off, so it's 1 apiece, 11 points apiece in fact, as Levin looks to be the target of the damage coming out from Team PZ. They're looking to try and snowball that early kill into an advantage here, but so far we are absolutely neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big fight over at midpoint at the moment. Mo comes out onto a Java, of course, and that really screws him over. No Reaper Shroud left as well. Players try to come in for the res here. Zeus needs to support, but he tries to go in for the res, and he's got Condis on him. He needs to try and get out, and he's going to be taken out there as well. The Mesmer does go for the cap over on the waterfall. That means they've been outnumbered elsewhere on the map as well, so maybe that could have been the issue there. So they need to be patient here, try and keep the size. And this is good movement from PZ as they move over towards the red side of the map as blue team respawn. If rank 55 do try and go for the upgrading players, I was going to say here on the waterfall, which is a way of saying that, and then the respawns can come out and handle that. So good movement from PZ to try and handle what's going on the map versus rank 55 at the moment.
Well, speaking of rank 55, they've sent Zan over towards this Quarry, so this is going to turn it into the 2-cap, and the fight looks to be going on over at the waterfall as Marvin and Java look to try and at least contest this waterfall. They cannot allow that to cap, but they do. The 3-cap comes in so early in the game for rank 55 Dragon. This could be absolutely massive, and look at this. PZ have been basically bullied into their own base right now. They're struggling to leave, and it looks like Marvin and K-Pod over here. Marvin, in fact, incredibly low. Levin looking to finish him off. He's not letting him escape right now. The blink comes out, the Condi's a ticket, and actually jumps straight on back in, and he's going to be able to kite away. Nice movement out of Marvin, but Zan is going to be on the scene. They're not letting him get away with this one, and he will go into that downstage.
But Zeus is right there. He had to get away from that 1v1 situation, but it feels like if he'd maybe just gone the opposite direction, I know he's walking into more players, but he would have had the support there in the end, at least for the res. And this is where they're being broken apart right now. Good job from Muffins. We can see a nice knockback coming out there, but he's not going to do anything against this powerful 3-cap as they just storm ahead with the lead. They're just having it right now. Look at this.
55, they're maybe looking towards an
early Lord at this stage. They're just standing in the base of Team PZ and just being patient.
This is absolute destruction right now. Zeus is heading over towards the graveyard. Some of PZ's members have managed to leave their base at this stage, so they're going to be able to try and get some decaps. Well, look at this. Mancow meets Zeus over at the graveyard. The Quarry is going to be contested by Zan as well, so these are going to be pretty even fights right now, and rank 55 are going to be able to just hold on to these points.
Well, they're killing the Lord at the moment, Joe. I mean, he's going full on over here, and I feel like rank 55 are being extremely cocky here.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
Is that cockiness going to lose them the game? Not at the moment. They've got full control going down at the moment on this map. I mean, they're losing HP. They potentially could lose Levin if he's not very careful, as Java comes in for that support of the Lord as well. And TPZ not giving up here. And they do know that in another 120 points, this game is over, and their tournament will be over as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Levin going to be punished here for going for that early Lord. K-Put and Java on the case on this one. Textbeat going to be looking to try and res his teammate, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away with this one. There are enough PZ members. As I say that, though, Levin gets denied at the very last second, but looks like they might just be able to go for this one again. Mancow is trying his best. Zeus finally finishes that kill off, and that had to come out for PZ there because honestly they're looking to be on the ropes, but they have a man advantage here to work with. K-Pud going to be starting to feel the pressure a little bit coming out of rank 55, and I mean they may have the kill, but look at the health bars for 55. They're not feeling too nervous right now. They still have this 2-cap. They're almost at 300
goes
points.
down though. He's going to be able to go down in this team fight over towards that side of the map of the blue team at the moment. Texby, is he going to come in for a cheeky res? No way. No, there's too much damage there from Muffins possibly coming. Texby's pushing. He's going to solo Lord here. Is he going to try and go for a kill versus the Lord and actually win the game? They've still got 50 points to get, but mid-cap is theirs currently. As we dip into mid-fight, Zan dropping quite low, but gets fully supported there by Mancow as he does a fantastic job at giving him his support. But look at PZ not giving up, and this team, I've got to give them everything. They're not giving up, no matter how hard it looks for them to come back at the moment. Texby goes down as well. Could this be a start of a possible last-ditch comeback? We have seen it before.
I so desperately want it because I want this to go to more games. Rank 55 still with the 2-cap. PZ, if they want to get back into this game, they've got to try and find something now. Texby did go down over at Waterfall, so that is going to be a little bit of an advantage coming out from PZ. And if they can turn this into more, if they can snowball this, they're going to be in fantastic stead. Mancow starting to get fairly low. Over towards our midpoint here. He's getting focused on down, and he will be dropped into that down state. It looks like Oracle wants to get over there for the rest, but he's so low himself. I don't think he's going to be able to go for this one. Zeus will be able to cleave out Mancow, and that's going to be Oracle into downstate as well. PZ, they're looking for the comeback right now. They're looking to try and get this 2-cap.
But Joe, I've got to interrupt you because Blue Lord is down to about 10% HP. Zan has interrupted the heal. He just needs a tiny bit of damage, and that is going to be surely rank 55. Look, he's just the sliver of health here. And Zan is trying to go for the damage. He gets it. They win the game, and that is rank 55. Dragons freeze. First games is difficult, as we've seen in the past, for the Ajor to come back. We are going to see Curve playing on the Necro with RG on the engineer.
Yeah, absolutely. So standing out of Curve and RG as well, going to be running that Scrapper. So let's get into our first map and let's take a look at the splits. Kind of different splits coming out from these two teams to what we saw in that first game. Looks like 2 members from our blue team going to go to that far node and going to contest that Revenant, as we're going to see Scrapper on Scrapper over at the blue side home node.
Yeah, and then we've got this fight over on the midpoint as well. Let's have a look at the focus that comes out onto Snowball.
Goodness.
Whoa, absolutely annihilated there. And Curve, is he going to think about going over towards anyone that's over towards that midpoint to help out? He doesn't indeed, as at the moment, still holding firm over on this midpoint.
I mean, fantastic opening coming out from the Object. They're making a
statement.
I know, Snowball just gets absolutely obliterated. And actually, speaking of Snowball, does have to blink up onto that roof just to keep himself in this fight. But honestly, look at the map already. 2-cap in favor of the Object. They are coming in powerful right now.
This is very strong. But blue team do get onto that midpoint quite well as well. And we're still over on this mansion now. Chafe is looking to try and get something against the member of Vermilion. As Magic Toka goes down, that's a big kill potentially to get the map back in their favor. Loads of cleave comes out, down to about half HP as the down comes out onto him and Wakey, just trying to hold the node. Now, this isn't too bad, but if they try and they can actually fear them off and put them into the pockets, of course, on this point. But still, a strong 2-cap for the Objord. They need to hold it and wait for those members to come back into the map.
They absolutely do. RG is actually starting to loot out this 1 versus 1 as well. Not feeling too great against Chafe over at that point, but should be able to sustain that one being a Scrapper. But here we go, look at this. The midpoint still didn't get decap, but Nos has gone into that downstate over towards the windmill. Alcor going to be looking to try and finish that one off, but it looks like the cleave might just be enough. Toka going to try and get this res, trying to channel that one out, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Alcor.
Oh my God!
Get it.
Nos is so close, but both the res can't go for that too hard there. Nice CC comes out from Frantaran with the staff, coming back in for the res. Is he going to be able to get it? They need to put some cleave pressure down if they're not going to take him off. But Alcor goes down. This could be the way that Nos gets back up. This is big stuff coming out here as Triffin tries to go for the down. He gets interrupted. This is absolutely insane. But we've seen another down coming out as 5 gauges in down state. This could be a way for Vermilion to come back, but we've seen the res. Oh my good Lord, Alcor going down. and that flips into the Abjurd's favor. I was going to say rank 55 there.
Triffin now as well, getting incredibly low as well as RG. Triffin just going to try and kite towards the middle of the map. It was a 1-for-1 trade in the end, so completely even at the end of that fight, but RG still so low. Triffin goes into downstate inside the clock tower. If they can finish this one off, Abjurd are going to get complete control of the map, and Wakey will be able to finish that kill off. So now, with a 100-point lead already, they should have a little bit of an advantage trying to take this clock tower, but both teams in control of their home nodes right now. If Vermilion can try and regroup and get back into this fight, they're going to be in good stead, but RG is in that down state.
He's going to get the race from Alcor, search and rescue, no! He gets interrupted,
so close.
RG is so close to getting up here, and he's going to be cleaved down, and the cleave is so effective at the moment, and you can't go for the stability or quickness or slow, and RG is finished off there. Still 4 members on the map for Vermilion. They need to pull back together. If they kill Algoy off here as well, this is going to be really good for the Abjurd to snowball even further into their favor.
Yeah, speaking of snowball actually taking a bit of pressure. Does manage to get on into that clock tower, so going to be able to get this decap unless someone arrives at the last second. There we go. So at least they managed to get the decap, and actually they've decapped the windmill as well. Take a look at that. We've got Triffin over there.
They need to make sure he's not easily able to res. He's so effective in these positions, and that is a great res from that man. And they need to make sure they can capitalize that as we get the decaps elsewhere. That's great communication from Vermilion.
It absolutely is, and Snowball going to be able to force this midpoint to stay decapped here. So Vermilion actually in control of the map right now. Abjurd need to kind of pull themselves together again and try and find a node for themselves so that these points don't just slowly stack up right now. We do have Toka, taking a bit of pressure over here. Should be able to kite around this one as Curve actually, he's running out of Shroud and he will go into downstate, and they should be able to finish this one off. Dustin trying to finish off that.
But again,
the res comes out.
They need to counter Alcor. How many? This man is just power resing his way through this game. He is so vital, and the Abjurd don't know how to cope with this at the moment. They did interfere with one search and rescue earlier, but he was very close to getting the res there as RG, low HP around this area as well. You got to think, when's Alcor coming in for the save?
Yeah, and I was talking to Mantaram before this tournament, and he was saying to me, Scrappers and Druids, those are going to be your ones that are going for those reses. They're going to be kind of your res bots to some extent. They need to be expecting this coming out from Alcor.
Yeah.
They have the knowledge. They know this is the case. They just need to do something about it right now. And look at this. That one cap still in favor of Vermilion right now. They're slowly but surely capturing up. Mantaram, though, is in a bit of trouble in this 1-versus-1. Trippin trying to finish this one off, and actually, this maybe could be the windmill going over towards
but the midpoint again! Look at Alcor! He's not going to get the res. Interrupt comes out. He's going to go back down for it. He should be able to get this here. He's been interrupted so well, and look at this job coming out from 5 gauge. He is an absolute beast. It's not enough from the engineer in the end, but he did a fantastic job in the attempt as Phantom goes down over towards the windmill, and Vermilion should be able to pick up the 2 cap here, but RG goes down, and again we see the res. And where is Alcor? He is absolutely everywhere.
Shake, just absolute fantastic play from him, but it's not enough. He can't just deny that on his own. The rest of the team has to back him up. And Vermilion, just absolutely superb team fighting coming out from them right now. They're managing to just stay on top of these reses. They're managing to stay on top of this is something we saw throughout the entire regular season, is the communication within Vermilion. They're so ready for these downstates. They're so ready to get those reses. And actually, Trippin might be the next downstate, as he seems to be the target here from the Abjurd. Nice knockback onto Nos, though. And they should be able to jump straight onto him as Nos starts to feel the pressure on this one. And Necros definitely need to be one of those targets in these team fights. But if you can't get them down quickly, then you might find yourself overextended.
This is where I feel like Vermilion start to pull their focus off the points. Look, Alcor is the main focus. Here we go. He's been the main person who's been getting them up in these fights. And if they have deleted him at the moment, that's an NA1 there, and taking him out, look what's happened to Vermilion. They are falling apart right now. Curve now over towards the windmill. Knows he has to push away. And just as they start to come back into the map, they start to lose those caps as well. They did lose Mansion at first. We saw the spread over towards the end node over to Windmill from the blue team, and now Snowball going down mid stretches that lead for the Abjurd. Have they dealt with with Alcor, sorry.
This is the thing as well, like, while Vermilion were winning those team fights for a little while, they only had that one cap, so it was taking so long to catch up, and then Abjurd just completely flip the game on its head, almost wipe out Vermilion, and now they're pushing so quickly towards, honestly, a victory right now, 60 points ahead. They still have a convincing 2-cap, and they're looking for the mansion as well as they jump on Alcor and just wipe him out. He's into that downstate, and they should be able to finish him off with relative ease. The rest of the team trying to get on to get that res, but I don't think they're going to be able to.
No, they are! Power!
Oh,
as everyone comes up for it, and he's
up.
back up! But look at the HP, they used a lot of cooldowns, that's dangerous. They need to be very careful here. They need to be very cautious and calm because they have used a lot to get Alcor back up. But look at the focus, he's back on him, and Alcor is like a yo-yo as Curve get wiped out as well, with Snowball running away, and they want to survive for another day. If they get wiped here, that could be their last chance to come back into this map.
This is so impressive by the Abjurd right now, because, I mean, right at the start of the game, it looked like Vermilion were winning these fights, and it was all because of Alcor, and now Abjurd are like, okay, Alcor's the problem, let's deal with him. And every single time Alcor enters a fight, he's immediately just wiped off the server. Curve is going to go into that downstate, jump straight over to Alcor, though. That is going to be that Druid coming into play. Picks up his teammate, but the 3-cap is here right now for the Abjurd.
The strength, they can't come back into this. And now, what it needs to feel like Alcor needs to try and keep out of these massive team fight situations, but be ready for the resing that he was bringing out before. And now the Abjurd are forcing the team fights, and they actually did a good split earlier when they did start to get map control as well. So they're winning some of these skirmishes as well as the team fights. They've changed the tactics around. They're just focusing Alcor because it hasn't got as much utility as it did before, of course, not as much as survivability, especially if we see Chafe. And he's got, you know, he's actually going for the stealth driver as well. So if he pulled out that Elixir X throw on the next map, they could even deal with him better in that next map.
All right, well, the decap on Windmill has come out from Vermilion. Still 5 minutes and 30 on the clock, so the game isn't over just yet, but a 200-point lead is definitely feeling very convincing for the Abjurd. Here goes Alcor as well, just trying to kite this one out, but he just cannot seem to catch a break anymore as the Abjurd just really hammering home that they don't want him on this map right now. 400 points is going to tick over here for Abjurd, 350 ahead of their opponents as they just consistently have a man advantage on this one. The Windmill is the only point that Vermilion have managed to decap, and they can't even win out this fight. They can't make that theirs right now, and they're committing so much to try and get this 1 point that the rest of the points are just slowly but surely rolling in for the Abjurd.
I mean, the Abjurd dealt with Alcor, you know?
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as they worked out how to deal with Alcor, they've been able to control the rest of this map now. And it's very interesting, some of the subtle, tiny differences in these teams. Triffin very low HP as well. At the moment, the map is the Abjurds with 430 points to 146. Triffin just about escaping there. But Vermilion have some work to do indeed in the rest of the day. We are going to see RG dropping, and that's definitely the game over for these boys. It feels like at the moment. But you know, they want to try and work out. Now, what they've got to do is just carry on, obviously. They want to try and get the decaps, keep this going on, try and work out their matchups. This map, I don't feel like this is the best map for these guys either.
This was Vermilion's pick.
I know. This is I am quite surprised about this, actually. To be honest. But it's great for the resin that comes out from Alcor. I think that's one thing.
This is the point at in the tournament right now where Vermilion have to really look at this game and kind of say, okay, Abjurd, they adapt to our strategy in a matter of minutes. Now we have to adapt to theirs. We have to turn this around. Curve just gets absolutely obliterated right there by the Abjurd. They're going to be able to finish that kill so easily. And I mean, we were praising the communication of Vermilion earlier. This is the communication of the Abjurd right now. They go into these fights and they say, this is our target. This is what we're going to achieve. And they make it happen. You can hear the cheers from the players in the background right there.
That's the Abjurd.
The Abjurd.
Scrim, and I didn't even see that happen in the scrims hardly ever. So you know, is this map going to benefit them in any way?
Hold on to your points. Seize there.
We'll have to see whether they continue. I mean, it's really the first game, as you say, was all about Alcor. It was while Vermilion were doing well at the start of the game, it was about Alcor getting the reses. When Abjurd really started taking control of the map, it was all about Alcor being focused down. But Fantaram already taking a huge chunk of damage. Triffin looking to turn this 1v1 into a 1v0 at this rate. Fantaram should be able to escape from this one though and head down towards the keep. where we can see Snowball seems to be the focus target.
Yeah, it needs to be careful. They're really focusing these supportive players. They're either the res effective Alcor or they're trying to focus Snowball, and they're doing quite well with this at the moment. They pull back as well. Fancy, you know, effectively held 2 players back from Vermilion. They survived that, and they're pushing towards mid right now. Now they can push the team back onto Nos, who is quite low HP at the moment. Goes down to about 10% or so. We are going to see Argy goes into Rampage form there. He's actually, thank God for him, because they need to try and pick up Curve here. They do in the end. Nos, again, very low. He's got Reaper Shard and 6 second cooldown. Will the res coming out from these guys? Defense field comes out. He's so low here.
Look at the Condis, though. He is definitely going down. Nos drops, and that is going to be the team fight going in favor of Vermilion. It's one apiece on caps. Can Vermilion turn this into anything, though? We saw in the last game, they weren't really able to snowball anything, but look at this. The player, Toka, is going to go over towards that altar and should be able to get the decap. So despite losing that fight, despite being a man down, we still see the Abjure taking advantage.
Yeah, they're spreading it all the way over to altar now. I mean, they're going to get that mid pot, but they need to bounce off that kill, try and pick them up. And the Abjure, that's what they did. They've actually come back into the map. They've been very calm. They've got the 2 side caps, and they've still got all 5 players on the map. Will that mean that because they've pushed so far, though, they're not being able to be backed up quite quickly? Phantom is very low here as well. 5k drops quite low himself, has to back out of that res potential there, and Phantom goes down again. Vermilion getting the kills, and they should be able to get a cap out of this as well, especially being home.
Yeah, they surely should be able to. They do have that 4 versus 5 in their favor. It's going to be RG on the point, just trying to cap that. Jake is going to arrive to try and deny that as long as possible, but he's outnumbered and he's outgunned right now, so that should slowly but surely go in favor. But take a look at the midpoint. While all that's been going on, the decap has come out from the Abjured, and they are running circles around Vermilion in terms of map play.
Yeah, at the moment they are going to see, yeah, this fight mid is fairly, it's not very still, because Kurt does go into downstate. Oh no! Nice CC onto Alcor, great stuff, because he was very close to getting up, and they commit so much that they might run out of cooldowns here, and if they could get the kill on Alcor, this is where they're going to be able to snowball the map into their favor, potentially as well. They need to be careful as they get closer to 11:30 as well, and we're going to have to wait for the respawns. Where's the down coming out? Surprised they're not just going to bleed him for a little bit of time, so they potentially can pick up stillness later on.
I think at this point, the Abjured are in the mindset of, if it's Alcor, get him off the map. Don't leave him bleeding. Don't give them a chance to get him back up in any way, shape, or form.
Whoa.
That is going to be the ultimate decap. Snowball going to be trying to get onto that one as the 1v1 goes on over at Temple. And again, midpoint still in favor of the Abjured. They still control this map right now, but they're only 30 points ahead. It's nothing to go to write home about at this stage. Just take a look at these Vermilion health bars just skyrocketing up, and that's the healing coming out from Snowball on this Tempest right now. Trippin gonna be
but
next target.
Nos is going to go down again. That's the big, good focus target there. Magic Token just dips out of the point as well. Nos is done and dusted, and then 5 gauge as well. Now they're doing the same thing they did before. Lose a member, pull out, realize what's going on. We've lost a member, and that's not a great time. And Stillness pops up, and that's the comeback potential they want to get if they want to come back into this map.
Yeah, Phantom as well, so low. He's going to be able to try kite away as long as he can, but Triffin finds him in the end. Toka going to look for that res, but I don't know if he's going to get him back. Triffin didn't even...
The blue team is stuck around Stillness at the moment. They've been so focused around there that they're actually going to lose out on Triffin here if they're not careful. So I feel like they needed to push someone with Triffin there, but they're trying to even out fights as well around the rest of the map. I want to kind of have a wider camera for this, actually, to be honest. This Curve is dropping quite low around Stillness. He drops below, knowing they're going to have to commit someone to that kill below as well. He drops into Reaper Shroud. Nice job from Nos. Oh, God. If anyone's going to be following you, you don't want the Dark Lord to be following you into the depths of hell, because he is absolutely going to wreck you.
Yeah, Nos is going to be able to pick that one up. Curve will be going down here. So Nos in the Necro v Necro 1v1 will win that one out. And actually, Alcor has arrived on the scene, and he's looking to get the res onto Curve. He might be able to get this one, and it looks like he will do. Curve is back up to his feet, and Alcor
he's going to die.
Oh, he's overextended for it.
That wasn't worth it in the end, because they're just going to lose both of them. And that's the problem with that. Oh, Curve does get out. He really needs to make sure he stays up here. And who do you swap there? Do you go Alcor? Do you go Curve? At the moment, you want Alcor on the board, because the Necro is going to be dipping in and out, especially at the moment. And now Curve is in still a lot of trouble, but he's got Wakey following, so he's not got a ton of damage. Now we can, of course, see Snowball come to the rescue as well. He gets almost to full HP. Phantom trying to push him off, but now we've got the 2 side caps. It's not looking too bad for Vermilion at present.
Absolutely not. Only 30 points down, and they are catching up with that double cap in their favor. Nos has been pretty much out of the game for a little bit. He's been so low on HP. Finally going to use that Death Shroud to try and head up towards
RG's low
to get the decap. RG is in fact low, as you say, over towards that gate. And is going to be able to try and keep himself up. Should be just about all right on that scrapper. Relatively tanky, so he's going to be able to keep on top of this one. Toka using that nice hibernation just to keep himself topped up nicely. But Wakey might not be so lucky, as does have to try and kite away into the depths of this map.
But they get the stillness as well. They need to hold also. They've got the 2-cap again. Vermilion still have the 2-cap. Look how many points we are in way in terms of score at the moment. Vermilion could start to take over, but this is where we saw them start to lose it before. Just as they start to get in range, they start to lose the caps and control on the map. But look at Magic Toka as he starts to drop so low. He's still got 7 seconds left of heal. They need to focus target him now, but they don't get that in the end, unfortunately. Snowball does look for the push here, but maybe what are they going to do? They're going to force the 2v2 back over to here now, but Tranquility comes up. Alcor's in range. Where are the Abjured? Oh, there we go. Fenceram's coming down. Is he going to make it? Should be able to with that assassin stance. But now Alcor's left out of the team fighting. We've got the downstate onto Nos as well as versus Curve here. We must have seen the +1 there. I did miss that, unfortunately. Yeah. So I don't want to say that was a 1-1v1.
I think it was a 1v1. I was watching it earlier, and I'm pretty sure Curve managed to take that one by
There's so many points on the map to look at right now. Like, it's so, like, every single point of contention is so important. Look! 5 points, 6 points away, and they weren't able to take the lead there.
Yeah, but the Temple is going to be capped over in favor of Vermilion. So it's 1 cap apiece, and it's just going to be the Altar, which is still neutral. 1v1 going on there between Shaith and Triffin. So that one I would expect to go on for a little while just yet, and we'll see whether anyone's going to be able to plus that one and head that in anyone's favor. But actually, the Temple
lost
has
the
been
Temple
decapped.
again.
Nos with his nice positioning.
He wants that fight again, mate. He wants to go for that fight again. But the thing is, now, at the moment, I feel like Vermilion don't know where to go. They've got Alcor down below. Do they just focus on going for the caps, get the decap at mid, and just let them have stillness as well? Because if there's no caps on the map, stillness ain't going to matter, and it's not going to matter at all unless they lose Tranquility, and then they'll be able to storm rail through.
Triffin has just bailed away from the Altar, which gives the Abjured 2 cap. This is so huge for the Abjured. This is where they're going to start to get their lead. He has run over to the Altar, though, so he's going to be able to get that decap. So I'm getting a little bit too excited too soon here, and that should turn it into 1 cap apiece. Triffin should be able to get this without any more contention. And actually, the Altar has been abandoned, but here we go. Look at the fight down here. Curve is going to be going into that downstate, and look at Alcor and RG as well, both across the map, still feeling so low, trying to escape 500 HP on RG right now. Curve has gone down in the end. Alcor managed to top himself up somewhat as RG heads over towards the gate. But again, 1 cap apiece, and we do see stillness in favor of the Abjured.
I can hear the Abjured. They are so bloody loud at the moment. It's absolutely amazing. They are at the moment getting those extra cap points through stillness. It doesn't matter if they're contesting Tranquility, but Alcor's down there. So important to Vermilion's survivability and movement around the map, as well as just sustain. And again, Nos gets the decap mid. Any chance of Vermilion coming back into this map is being thwarted at the moment. They're not able to come back because they keep getting the decaps, and Nos is actually doing it quite a lot as well.
Alcor has been so crucial to the team fighting of Vermilion. They surely need him on the map. They can't afford to have him down in that 1 versus 1. But the thing is, when your composition is built all around team fights, and then you're on this kind of map that is so spread out, and it is going to be skirmishes, it's never going to favor you.
No, exactly. And now they're really feeling it because they are just stretching their lead ahead. Second game looks like it's easily going towards the Abjured at the moment because Vermilion can't handle this pressure at the moment. They can't move their players effectively around the map. Like you said, Alcor, and like I've said as well, Alcor is so important to them at the moment, and pushing them down here has possibly lost them the game. They're not able to look after those caps well enough either because Nos is all over that, and the other Revenants as well. And they're doing a fantastic job on Temple, and this is why they picked this map.
It absolutely is. And in fact, it was the Abjured that did pick this map, and I mean, as you say, this is why. Doing a fantastic job so far, and looking towards the victory screen right now as they still have 1 cap up, and they're almost 200 points ahead of Vermilion. Honestly, it's going to take a miracle at this stage for Vermilion to come back in, but with 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock and no caps currently in favor of the Abjured, miracles can happen. So we'll see what is going to happen for the rest of this game.
They need to push the Tranquility. This is the only way they can come back right now.
Has to be.
This is, you're completely right. Pardon me. Because this map has Tranquility. You can get all the caps in your favor, and you can grab another Stillness as well later in the game, 2 minutes 30. But they need to make sure they keep the map decapped as it is at the moment and wait that point out. But they still need to get some caps on the board and some points. RG mid will pass away. He will be taken out here, and they're just going to keep focusing him. You can see right there, and they're doing a good job. Alcor still not involved in these fights. Nos is going low, and she takes out Triffin, and that's going to be almost the end of that, unless someone's able to come to his rescue. But guess where Alcor is? Hi, I'm downstairs making a cup of tea.
Well, I mean, there is a 2-cap in favor of Vermilion right now. If they can maybe get another point on the board, I mean, it's not going to happen because Nos just managed to finish off Triffin and should be able to grab the altar for them. Fantaram is actually getting relatively low down in the basement of the map. He's going to be in that fight with Alcor, but I mean, Alcor really isn't the kind of guy that's going to be winning out a 1v1 on that Druid. That's not what the build is designed for here.
I mean, he does have a long damage, but he can sustain it. He can win it against, you know, but not against like a player like Francois, of course. At top tier, he can't win that fight fast enough, as we have seen, you know. We've seen people move in and out. And actually, if they force the 2v2 here and get the kills, they could get Tranquility, because the Abjurd are going to have to focus on the rest of the map. And this could be a great move, but is it too late?
Well, Fantaram is getting incredibly low. They're almost finishing him off, and he manages to get his 3 off, but I think
he's got his heal coming back up now. This is the key.
He gets his heal.
Are they going to damage more?
He's going to be staying in this fight, and this is all they need to do. They just have to stall. The Abjurd, they're under no pressure whatsoever right now. They can just literally hold how they are so long as they survive, and they have found themselves a second map. Let's remember, the Abjurd are already 1-0 up in this series, and at this rate, they're looking to be 1 map away from facing the rank 55 Dragons in our final. But Fantaram, again, below 2,000 HP right now. He's doing his best to kite around, but he will go into that down state. Can the rest come out from his teammates? I don't think it'll happen. Looks like we do see
Nos is just going for full damage to make sure he can maybe take someone into downstate himself, but they need to make sure that Fantaram goes down as well as Nos. They need to start focusing on him now. As soon as Fantaram, but look, he comes in. Oh my God, Cage could be an absolute hero here, and Nos drops into downstate, and we should be able to see them maybe pick up Tranquility. If they can power it through, they can get Tranquility stillness. They need to kill. They're just rotating people in so well at the moment. Good thing is, for Vermilion at present, they might even get the free cap without even grabbing Tranquility, everyone. If they can get the kill onto Magic Toka, and this could be a really strong comeback. But 1 minute 40 or so, I don't know if it's going to be enough time.
That's a kill going out onto Chase. Abjurd are focusing so hard on this Tranquility, they might actually just be throwing the game at this rate. 420 points in favor of Vermilion, and they're trying to catch up. They're only 50 points down, and actually this is still playable. 1 minute and 20 on the clock. They've still got a lot of work to do, but Vermilion are doing a fantastic job of it. There's no look of a decap coming out from the Abjurd either, as the 2v2 goes on at the temple. Fantaram has gone down as well, and they're slowly but surely losing these kills.
They're going to get the control of the map.
Pulling themselves back in.
Amazing! This could be absolutely amazing if we see the Tranquility come through! This is going to be
50 points away, there's a minute on the clock!
Biggest comebacks in Guild Wars 2 history, surely! As we
what
see
am I
a
watching
similar
right
comeback
now?
to what the Abjurd have suffered from in the past. Look at
that! 30 points away! They're going to win this one! 3 caps on the board, and they've just overtaken the score of the Abjurd. Nos is in downstate. He is going to be wiped off the map. 10 points away from victory. Vermilion managing to make a statement, take the second map. What did we just watch? Ladies, see them collide, and what a collision between these two teams. Let's remember, this is only our second semi-final. Whoever wins this series is going up against rank 55 Dragons in our finals, and we'll see who's going to be able to take it, because it is on a blade's edge right now between these two teams as our third map begins.
Okay, so watching the split coming out now, trying to be calm, after that game was just absolutely epic. New game, things restart here, and we are 1-1. Now we're looking for this early push from the Abjured over towards the side as RG and Curve are waiting in. Oh, whoa, Fantaram goes very low here, down to about half HP. It's not expected, and Wakey is in the range as well. Moa comes out to him, but could Fantaram actually survive this? We need to make sure he goes down for the EU team if they want to come out here. But we see the downstate comes onto Snowball. Will we see the res coming out? I'm not sure we will as Alcor gets knocked back and Snowball will be defeated here. Fantaram as well, but which was worse for the teams here?
One apiece so far, but really interesting strategy coming out from Vermilion at the start there. Committing 4 people to Waterfall to take out Fantaram. They're moving up towards
but Toka drops as well! That's a big downstate!
This could be huge for Vermilion with this 4-man push that they've made towards the middle of the map. If they can turn this into anything more, then they're going to be looking towards a 2-cap to start everything off. However, we are going to see Alcor drop. He is a pivotal member, but Wakey drops on the other side as well. That's the Elementalist. That's the healing down right now. Alcor is going to be finished off though as Wakey gets picked back up onto his feet, and it looks like the Abjured are going to be able to take this fight as Curve goes down. They don't have Alcor to get the res, and I don't think they're going to be able to get their Necro back up.
No, oh no,
Gyro. They're going to be able to. They're getting the res.
Oh, the Gyro's the hero! Absolute amazing res from RG as he's halfway across the map. And that's great play from him as he tries to distract elsewhere. But Curve needs to get away. And they're really split up here. And RG is looking really, really dangerous at the moment in terms of conditions. Actually going towards the point. Very surprising. He's going towards Alcor though. So if he does go down, we might see a search and rescue coming out here as well. 2-cap for the Abjured comes out. Well, we know what that matters. Nothing. Because on this map, we've got 150 points comeback potential. But we haven't got the amount of comeback potential that's available on Temple.
No. Curve is looking pretty unhealthy right now as Fantaram looks for this 1 versus 1. Should be able to take down Curve.
Curve's got no HP.
200 HP he got down to there before he managed to get his heal away. And actually Fantaram has found himself in trouble because Alcor's come to back up Curve. Curve looks to be going into downstate himself as well though. If he can finish off Fanta,
search and rescue!
Curve gets back up.
Search and rescue comes out again. And Fantaram is still quite low. Gets the res. Oh so
my
close.
Goodness. The turnaround from Vermilion. Again and again, they managed to flip everything on his head. Fantaram goes down. Nos is in trouble as well. They need to get some caps though because this entire time the Abjured have been stacking up points. Toka goes down now and they're looking to try and finish off that member, but the res will come out. No, Trippin denies it.
So
at the very last second, he will get up again though in the end, and he's got his heal in 10 seconds, 5 seconds, so should be able to escape. But Chaith actually now going to be focused. This should be the quarry for Vermilion. They're going to be able to finish off Chaith as well, and if they can get Waterfall, they're looking towards a 2-cap.
Yeah, 2 kills coming out for those guys is really important to start to roll this map into their favor, but they need to do it quickly. If they want to take this game, they really need to gang up. They need to try and +1 those fights very, very quickly now to make sure the Abjured don't have the amount of members on the map to come back and hold it, because you know we've seen the Abjured doing that even with 2 kills. And actually we're going to see Curve potentially dropping with 2 members only just coming back in the map for the Abjured, and that's very strong. That's ridiculous. In fact, Alcor is ready.
26 HP.
But Alcor's already in position. Look at that positioning from Alcor. Yeah. He's with him. Doesn't even need to use...
Snowball is ready though. Picks up Curve straight away.
Good job. Alcor doesn't need to use search and rescue. Still in his utility there. And they didn't get a lot out of that, unfortunately, unless they can try and get the kill here, which led into an outnumber fight potentially. As we go over towards this point of the red team's home node, can they get something out of this?
Well, we'll have to find out. Vermilion's health bar is looking incredibly green right now, and over towards...
Yeah, Nos is the focus.
Yeah, Toka actually is in a
as soon
bit
as he
of
comes
trouble
out, that Reaper
towards
Strike is going to go down, and that's going to be Wakey trying to come in for the res as well, but Magic Toka, like you said, very low, isn't in trouble at the moment. Apologies, as I go off of that fight, he gets raised back up there as well. Yeah, and now it seems to be okay for the Abjured. They do start to switch players in and out though. Looks like they might go for a potential push over to Waterfall, but while actually retreating away from that fight. But we are going to see Magic Toka going to the downstate. Feel like he's going to get rest here.
Yeah.
Don't need to worry too much about that. RG now very low HP himself. Oh no, I don't know if he got his heal off there because he got dropped into Elixir S. Oh no, he has got it back up, but they need to be careful about the damage here. He's probably going to pop off Thunderclap to make sure he gets a little bit of distance there as well. Does have Slick Shoes, but he's going to be okay at 4 now. Fantaran drops quite low as well. And the fights are so fun and interesting at the moment. Them looking at the map movement as well is very, very difficult because we've got things happening so fast in all areas of this map.
Yeah, and it's both Toka and RG being focused on so hard. Toka looks like he might just be dropping into downstate though. Is the res going to be available from Abjurd this time? Yes, it is. Immediately comes out. Curve, however, might not be so lucky. He drops into downstate. He's not quite over at that mid, but Triffin is there on the spot to pick him up. Snowball's down, RG's down. Can they pick all of these different players up? RG still continuously being focused on down air. He's just trying his best to kite around. Alcor is nearby, so they do have that kind of res spot available, but Fantaram's gone down on the other side, and somehow Vermilion survive all these downstates.
Yeah, they're managing to, but Snowball shouldn't unless they're going to try it. I'm waiting for Alcor to come in and get this res, to be honest. I mean, he's going to go into downstate, though, by Nos, who is just absolutely seeking absolute destruction. Wakey is in the downstate over towards this quarry node as well, and he's going to be dropped fully, surely, as Triffin just finishes him off there with that sword. And it's going to and from, but the thing is, it's always the Abjurd that are on top of things as they get 2 kills at the same time, because Wakey went in full death just then, and we did see Fantaram before. But now we see the decap and possible free cap from the Abjurd here.
This is what we saw in the first map. Vermilion seemed to be winning the fights overall, but it didn't matter because the Abjurd consistently had that 2 cap. Now they're looking at a 3 cap, 300 points on the board, double the points of their opponents. The Abjurd are back on the horse. That loss in the second map hasn't knocked them in the slightest. They're looking for a kill on RG as well, and they are slowly but surely snowballing this game into a victory at this rate. Triffin going to be the next target as they chase him on out. Toka looking to try and finish him off, and he should be able to in just a matter of seconds. He's going to go into that downstate. And look at this. The Abjurd just looking, honestly, indomitable on this map.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw them push the Lord and just go for it, but maybe they just want to be safe. I mean, you know, it would completely defeat any comeback potential from Vermilion, and they are broken at the moment. They're trying to come together. They just need to go back into base, if anything, but this is almost an impossibility at the moment, although we maybe thought that on Temple. The same potential isn't really there on this map unless they can start to get the kills and the potential team wipe, which they need to start to do right now as Magic Toka drops quite low. But there's so much potential. It's a good way. They're pushing Temple. The point which has so much line of sight availability, it's going to be difficult for them to push out at this point and win this game right now.
At this point, any difficult, but we already saw in the last map. They can do it if they can get control of the map, but the thing is they still have this 2 cap to deal with. They have to get the decaps right now. They only have 7 minutes on the clock. They can't afford to stalemate like this. But
Triffin drops low though as well, and he's going to be in trouble. Curve can't go for the res, and he's going to be dropped out. This is, at the moment, they have kept this 2 cap for a very long time, and they're just pushing.
I think that kill on Triffin might just have sealed the deal, to be honest, because I think it was kind of now or never for Vermilion right there. There's only 50 points away from a victory. Quarry has been decapped, though, so Alcor going to be over there denying that. But again, Alcor stuck in these 1v1s, so not going to be able to get the reses. Curve is going to go into Death Trap, but look at the Conti stacking up onto him. He's only got 1,000 HP. He's got no heal, and he will go down. Curve will be finished off there. In fact, they don't even need to do anything to finish him. They're just going to let him bleed on out there. Nos just going to make sure that he can't pick himself back up here. And with 30 points remaining, this is looking like the Abjurd have managed to turn this series into a 2-1 right now.
That's a really strong performance from the Abjurd.
I mean, both of the victories from the Abjurd have been really, really strong.
But it's like that cap, you know, it's like I said at the beginning of the game, how are Vermilion going to go into a map where they haven't got the mechanic of Temple to bring them back? I mean, you know, Alcor's got some great positioning with search and rescue on this map, to be fair. There's a great load of places they need to, he can use that. So the Abjurd are going to be looking out for that again. You can see here we are going to watch on the red team a little bit of stuff, you know, but we're going to see them move out to the side. And we are going to see a big stealth cross here. No reveal coming out there. Need to watch for this movement for the teams. They come back into this map, potentially the last one for Vermilion.
Absolutely, and take a look at this. Vermilion going to be able to grab the henge for free here, so they're going to start off with a 1 cap. But how does this lack of player elsewhere on the map affect the rest of the game? We're going to see Phantom actually in a 2 versus 1 against Snowballs and RG, but that is going to be Chait arriving on the scene to turn that into a 2 versus 2 and even things up here. But neither team getting a huge advantage to start things off, except for this 1 cap on henge. If Vermilion can sustain these fights, Alcor is getting beaten up over at the keep by the looks of things.
He just gave them the target. They literally just went onto point, up top before the other guy. Like, I know giving your target away, but Jesus, okay. Alcor now comes back off point. He does a good job. At least the survival's there, but they've lost a lot of cooldowns out of that. But maybe they wanted to sucker the Abjured in. They're focusing him, so why don't we just bring him onto the point and focus him out? And Nos now playing the signets, of course, on his Necro with the spike is going to do quite a good job here on mid, just surviving. And we are going to look at Curve actually, who's dropping quite low himself. In Reaper Char, we need to be careful. Rez comes out potentially from Alcor. He's in the right position. Good Rez, but Alcor goes down now, and the Curve is not in a position to potentially go for that. He's in Reaper Shroud. Maybe he'll grab some stability and go for that but he's going to be dropped as well.
This is what we were talking about before. When you go for those reses when you're under pressure as well, you're not going to be able to get it off anymore. You can't just use that quickness to speed up the reses anymore, and that is going to mean that there's 2 kills in favor of the Abjured. But can they turn it into the objectives? That's the question. They're looking for the decap on the henge, and they're getting the cap over towards the keep. They're looking for the 2 cap right now.
They could get the kill here on 5 gauge though, Joe. They need to get this kill on him, and he's got his cooldowns have gone actually quite low here as well. And he's going to be fine for now, but the Vermilion are starting to be able to hold this, but Snowball is dropping quite low as well. He needs to make sure he gets out of here.
His heal's almost up. 1 second. He gets... No, his heal doesn't go off. He goes into the down state, and actually, he's in a whole lot of trouble here. I don't think Archie's going to be able to get this res off on him, and Snowball is going to be going down in this one, unless Archie pulls out some kind of miracle. But Alcor as well, being focused on out over towards the henge, and this is actually starting to look pretty bad for Vermilion.
One thing here as well, as we went into the map, we're getting very excited about what's going on. The notice of the actual builds and what's going on. We have noticed that obviously Snowball is not playing Elementus at the moment. Haven't really had the opportunity to mention it because there's so much going on in the map at the moment. So they haven't got that support that they really, really want to have at the moment. So they're really basing everything off kills. And I'm not sure this is going to really go well for them at all, actually, at the moment. Taking out the Ellie, which is so important. Downstairs comes out to Curve, and he just walks out the gate.
That was such a huge part of their composition, being able to have that sustain during the fight. Curve is going to go down. That is going to be 4 versus 5.
It's not going too badly, though.
No, I mean, it is relatively even, and it is a 1 cap apiece. Obviously, by no means is this game anywhere near over at this stage. Very, very even still, but Vermilion do seem to be losing out these fights. Trippin just trying to kite around here. Nice crystalline hibernation, but it's not going to keep him alive for very long here. Nice blocks on the projectiles, but will finally drop down. Wakey should be able to finish him off on that one. Trippin going to interrupt, and actually Snowball might just be looking for the res here, but is he going to overextend for it? That's the question. Can he get this one? And no, the cleave is going to finish off Trippin in the end.
I mean, in a way as well, he's keeping the 2v2 alive, really, for those in downstate. At least they can't +1 up anywhere elsewhere, but Snowball is really in a land of pain right now, and it's very surprising. The thing is, in these team fight situations, they need to play the sides, they need to play for skirmishes as well, and smaller fights that they can take quite easily and +1 fast. Because if they get into a team fight situation like they are here, what happens? They go down, they will be taken out here, and they cannot sustain what's going on. They need the Elementalists to take away those conditions, to heal them up when they go for the resing, and to heal them up if they're going to be going for the downs as well. They need that support. They haven't got it at the moment, and they have been 2-capped, as well as almost being team-wiped.
4 men down, only Trippin on his feet right now. Alcor finally respawns, but it's too little too late at this stage. The 2-cap has come out. Basically, Vermilion only have their home node right now. That's all they've got in this entire game. There's even going to be a couple of hero kills coming out onto the side of the Abjured. That's just going to give them that extra bit of those extra points, and actually a little bit of a buff as well. So that's going to be, they're going to be looking great heading into these next fights.
I think Vermilion, feels like Vermilion is just trying to hold them, you know, in this map at the moment. Just trying to be patient. They need to make sure they back each other up. If they get picked off halfway coming back into the map, while the other players are respawning, they're not going to be able to regroup. They're looking at another minute for them to potentially come back into the game. And it's going to be very difficult. They don't want to lose more people right now. I feel like the Absurd could run off and get the decap if they wanted to, because they can sustain even with the Elementalist. The thing is, there's so much damage from the Vermilion at the moment. Again, look!
Oh my
They get into the team fight again!
The lack of sustain is just absolutely crucial right now. Look at this. Kurt and Alcor both into downstate. RG is about to drop as well. And Vermilion just cannot teamfight anymore. They have it's skirmish or bust right now.
Forcing this team. The thing is, the Absurd, and it's not even forcing it because they're positioning themselves so far into the maps together as well. They're controlling a good area where they can split off to mid and side, so they know they can't team fight well at the moment. So they're forcing them into those positions. Yeah. Triffin gets killed right near the red team base. There is nothing that Vermilion can do right now. They need to spread it over to the side. Nos going to Henge could actually be their way back into the map if they weren't completely wiped.
I was going to say, the thing is, like, the Absurd have played this perfectly because they had the 2-cap and they didn't overextend. They just position on the map, wait for the Vermilion respawn wave, and then look at this, just a 4-man wipe coming out from the Absurd for the second time in this game. This is going to be the 3-cap by the looks of things as Nos heads towards the Henge. And oh my goodness, Vermilion have just fallen apart before our eyes right now. The 3-cap comes on through, and Absurd heading close to 3 times the score of their opponents. With still 8 minutes on the clock, they are looking to just round out this series with a statement.
This is a statement indeed. You cannot come back on Temple and you will not take our position in the finals. That is where we need to be, is what the Absurd are saying right now.
They're not even letting Vermilion out of spawn right now.
3-cap, and like Joe says, we see the search and rescue, but at the moment it's search for an Ellie because they can't find him because he doesn't exist. Because we've got the Revenant played by Snowball, and this support build, it was really needed for their team fighting, and the Absurd have put them into a corner. They've played the game, they play it, they talk about their team fighting potential, and if there's no support from Vermilion there, they can just take them out on every single opportunity, and we hit 400 points, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left into the game.
Let's just notice as well, like, this isn't just like the fact that they're so far ahead. It's look at the time. They're doing this so quickly. They might even be able to finish before the 5 minutes hits the board. We do see
Nos again with the decaps. He's all over those decaps as well at the moment. Loving it from Nos. He's such a good player. He's just really capable. Like, the way he moves around the map is so effective, as well as his team fighting. He's had challenges today, in terms of his 1v1s.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm casting this as if the Absurd have won, because I cannot see Vermilion come back into this game. I want to cast it in a way where I feel like they can, but you can't do that. You have to be logical. You have to think, why has this not happened? They've not been able to, pull those guys apart at the seams, going into the sides, getting into smaller skirmishes where they can potentially +1 and roll the map into their favor that way. They've not been able to do it.
The thing is, like, I want to contradict you here and say, like, oh, but there is still 6 minutes on the clock. But, I mean, we just consistently see more Vermilion players. Whenever I want to say that it's always a 4 versus 5 or a 3 versus 5 in favor of the Absurd, who still have a 2-cap. And they are just 29 points away from victory right now. They are 20 points away from moving forward into the finals against the ranked 55 Dragons. And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot Vermilion can do about it, as Alcor once again is going to go down. Beautiful focus onto that Druid. That's going to be Chase picking up that kill. RG is close to death as 501.
As a man moving around the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's take a look at the other side as well. In fact, we are about to get into the game. Just 10 seconds, so rattle on through, just see if there's anything crazy coming out. I would expect relatively standard stuff coming out here. I apologize for that one. Here we go. Are going to be running with the Tempest on this one, though, and pretty much identical compositions in general, as we see the starting split. Kind of very standard of what we've been seeing so far. You send your Revenant to your home point, and then you go to contest both the mid and the far point.
Yeah, We've got the NG Cross as well coming out from these guys, of course. 5 Gauge going for the push there at far, and also Zan getting on node in time. So mid-fight is where we're looking for a lot of the action to begin, as Mancal already starting to get a bit focused here, but it's not something to worry about too much right now, as he does use one of his shouts. Again, the massive focus comes out. He has to drop below, which could be an issue for rank 55 if they push onto this node without that man there. Now Mancal trying to come back off, will be offering up some stability there, but still the focus from the guys. And now we are going to see Oracle does pick up that point over on the mansion, but the fighting is all happening towards the mid. If they can get those kills, remember, we're thinking about kills at the moment. Don't focus too much on the score at present in the early game.
No, absolutely not. The score really doesn't really come into effect until you're beyond that sort of 10-minute mark, and that's where it really starts to rack up. But take a look at this. Chafe kind of being focused down a little bit here, but actually the health bars in general starting to slowly but surely wane in favor of rank 55. But we've seen in the previous games today that the slow but sure route doesn't seem to be the route that works in this current meta. We see sudden fights just flip on their heads.
Magic Toka is dropping quite low here. Needs to be very careful. Red 11 is right on him as well. Magic Toka doesn't have that heal left available to him. Does get off. He needs to be careful here as he moves back onto node, but you know, he gets the support of Wakey, so he's actually going to be completely fine. So what's happening at the moment for the teams is that if Jordan suffering at the moment, Chafe is actually dropped quite low as well. He's got the Elixir S proc, he does have his heal back up, but the thing is he's got that stealth as well, and it's available. We're seeing the decaps happen, so that gives the Abjord the room they need to breathe to just hold the map as it is, and really it pushes the pressure back onto rank 55 to get those cap points.
Yeah, absolutely does. And slowly but surely those points will start to tick in.
Oh, look at the damage coming onto Zan.
Look at this, though. Zan is going to be knocked into downstate, and this could be really detrimental for the European team. Looks like the Abjord are going to be able to take away this windmill. That will turn it into a 2-cap. Nobody's going to be able to save Zan. And now Levin actually is feeling the hurt as well. Over towards the other side of the map. Is going to be able to get topped up, though. And actually, it's going to be Toka who's in a little bit of trouble, trying to just kite away from this one. And should be just about okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're using a line of sight as well as a support here quite well. They're fighting around these objectives, but 2-cap comes out from the Abjord, and now we're seeing a significant, just a slow lead starting to be built up. Like you said, Oracle dropping quite low here as well, and really they're going to be looking to punish him the most. The guy who's actually had to switch his build quite recently, you know, he's not been playing this long, but he's adapted very well, and I feel like he's really, really strong in some positions, but he's got the conditions mounting up on him now. Mancal and the rest of the team looking to come in for the res. Will they be able to get it? They get him.
Oh, so close. It's going to be denied in the end, and Oracle might just be going down on this one. The cleave is going to be strong enough, and Oracle is taken out of the fight. That is going to be the Necro down, which is a huge part of this team composition. So right now, rank 55 have to be very careful about what fights they're going to pick while Oracle isn't on this map. They're going to be looking to just spread out and try and get some decaps, but they are 3 caps right now. In the first game of our finals, Abjord have complete control.
They are having absolutely none of it at the moment. But as well, you know, at least rank 55 to that point didn't decide to, you know, just keep at the fight which they were losing. They have retreated quite well, but they're still on the map. They can still try and pick something out of this. They just need to think about how they're going to use the Oracle in future, because again, he's being focused elsewhere on the map. Magic Toka being very offensive here. Needs to be careful because he goes down in a position maybe, you know, too far into the map there for the guys.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of overextension there. That is going to be Magic Toka just slowly but surely bleeding out. That is going to mean that Oracle can take their home node, so at least they have a cap here. At least they have something to go on, and I feel like we need to see some kind of regroup coming out from rank 55 and just work out what they want to be doing here. They can't afford to do anything too crazy right now, but that's going to be a nice decap coming in from Levin. Gets the knockback and finishes off the decap. So it's going to be 1 cap apiece right now, and if rank 55 can play their cards right, over the next few minutes they might be able to catch up.
Yeah, I feel like if anyone's going to be one of the big gameplay changes for rank 55 as well, it's going to be Zan. When we see that Elixir X Pro come out, it feels like it's coming up soon. If they can chuck someone into the downstate, but the problem they're having is that they can't do that much. The only reason they've been able to do that so far is because Magic Toka maybe pushed a bit too far there.
Like
but still, they've been able to
stun lands onto Fantaram though, and that is going to be Levin looking for the 1v1. Oracle, in fact, arrives at the last second, and I don't think Fantaram's surviving this one. Really nice play coming out from Levin, singling out his opponent and taking the kill there. So that is going to be a 2-cap now for the rank 55 Dragons. If they can just hold on to this, they're going to be in a fantastic position. But take a look at this. We are going to see Toka heading over towards the mansion to try and get the decap and just make sure that this situation doesn't get out of hand. Nos is in downstate though.
Yeah, he drops down, and they will be able to get this. They should be able to get 2 cap here, hopefully, if they can +1 elsewhere, and they can bring them back into the map. We've still got time for that to happen. Of course, there's no way to get easy points on the board. Obviously, over in the mansion, like you said, we've got Magic Toker over here. Now, Levin can +1 quite quickly. Now, this is the good thing about this map for the Revenants. If they're fighting between mid and also the close point or far, they've always got that quick place to go. They can always port very, very fast. But, you know, decap comes out. Oracle drops very low here, and he needs to be so careful.
Yeah.
As soon as he comes out of that shot, he's going to be down, especially if he goes back to the node. He wants to try to keep it contested. Texby's not going to be able to arrive in time, unfortunately, and that's going to be him down and out. But Magic Toker also bleeding out on the other side. So 1 cap apiece, 1 kill down for each team. We're looking for a comeback from rank 55, but will the Abjured be able to hold what they have right now?
Yeah, really nice capitalization. Oh, Toker actually gets rezzed up there. He's going to be back on the map.
Good lord.
Really nice capitalization out of the Abjured. Oracle got left on his own at the clock tower with barely any HP. Chaith actually could be in trouble here over the windmill. He's in 2 versus 1, and he's going to have to get on out of there. Sneak Gyro will be able to pull him at least somewhat to safety. I don't know if he's going to be able to kite for too long. Zan should be trying to cap this, but actually there's some reinforcements in the form of Wakey coming onto this point, and in fact they aren't going to be able to finish off the kill. They aren't going to be able to finish off the cap, and it's complete decap across the map right now, and it's just the point on the board right now. Double points though in favor of the Abjured.
Fantaram's playing this so well at mid. He gets damaged when he's got his heal up, and then he gets back to full HP. But also Wakey, just look at Wakey. He's in every spot at the moment. He is playing so well, and like similar in other WTSs, we've seen his support be so key and so vital. But Magic Toker again goes down as Levin does. The Oracle does pick him up, and now the rank 55 need to take advantage of this. They need a cap. They need some of those points. The kills are not enough against the Abjured.
No, they absolutely aren't. I mean, they have to just finally get a node advantage right now, because all game they have been either even or the Abjured have been ahead on nodes. There hasn't been a point where our Europeans have managed to get that map advantage. They've been winning fights maybe, but they've not been able to turn that into these objectives, and that's kind of the gap that they need to bridge in this game right now. But look at the health bars. It's going to be Levin in a little bit of trouble in the clock tower. He's in a 2 versus 1, and he should be dropping into downstate any second now. That is going to be a little bit of an advantage picked up here by the Abjured. If they can just finish him off, they're going to be in fantastic stead. And I don't think anyone's here to get the res. As I say that, though, Texby arrives on the scene.
They might be able to get this.
Gets one. A nice knockback by Zan there. And actually, they're looking for the res onto Levin, but he gets taken out in the last second. Mancow as well is down over towards the mansion. Not winning out that one.
That's a big cooldown loss for Zan that wasn't being able to be capitalized on at all. And really, I think one of the big problems was Mancow being in a 1v1 with Nos over on the other side of the map, because, you know, if he'd been over towards mid and just let them have that cap, he wouldn't have been out of the fight. Now they've lost not only the support, but they've lost that fight as well, because they obviously got the +1, and now Texby's been taken out. Mancow and Zan could be a next target if he engages too hard against Nos here.
Yeah, absolutely. Texby is going to be going down here. No way of a res coming out for him. So that is going to be the man advantage in favor of the Abjured. And so far, 140 points ahead of their opponents. If they can keep this up, they're looking in fantastic stead to take the first map of this series. But there are still 6 minutes on the clock, and the rank 55 Dragons are by no means out of this game just yet. Look at this fight over at the mansion.
This is good.
Sort of 1v1s going on here separately from each other.
Yeah, this is a good fight for rank 55 at the moment, because they've got the Ellie in this team fight here, or skirmish we'll call it, because Nos goes down. He should go completely down here. I mean, I don't think Magic Toker's going to have much of a chance of getting him up. And here you see the Abjured try and come in potentially, but now rank 55 should get the 2 cap in their favor, pushing to mid. They're going to be able to sandwich Abjured potentially as well, having Mancow in that fight. You can see how important that is. But look at Zan and look at Oracle at mid. This is really, really dangerous. They need the support of the Elementals. Why is the Ellie over on the mansion currently capping the node? One of the Revenants could have easily done that.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the Oracle has gone down over towards the clock tower. Is going to be able to get picked up, though. And that is going to mean he can stay in this fight a little bit longer. But the Ellie is slowly but surely arriving. It's a 1 cap only in favor of the rank 55 Dragons. And it looks like as we see Mancao enter the fray again. They've managed to survive long enough. Wakey, however, might not be so lucky. He is the Elementalist for the Abjord. Excellent bit of kiting coming out, but he is going to get knocked down.
But the Oracle's gone down.
Out right now. Oracle has gone down indeed, but the res is going to be channeled on through. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Looks like Fantaram might be able to finish this one off. The
so
cleave is going to be there. Look at the amount of condies.
No, they can't go for it.
Look at the health bars right now for the rank 55.
Yeah, way too much pressure there came out in the end. It was like a burst pressure there. And what I just wondering where Nos is he comes into the fight. So much pressure, even though he wasn't really involved so much in that fight. We've seen again, you know, the decap coming onto Mansion. Abjure decapping points and then getting back involved in the fights. That's what they've been doing consistently all day. And it's a really, really good job for them to hold on to this map control that they do have. So they get the mid cap consistently there. Oh no, almost one tick left. We do see Oracle comes back into the map now. Mid is busy as anything at present.
Absolute chaos in mid, and I mean, this is where we see how well the teams can sort of focus on a target and get things done right now. Fantaram seems to be the target right now for rank 55 Dragons, but it's complete neutral across the entire map right now, and it looks like 2 versus 2 is going to be started off at the windmill as Oracle enters the fray along with 11 against Fantaram and Toka, but Wakey actually going to be coming in to try and +1 this one, and we're going to have a 1v1 over at the Mansion as well, so kind of complete split across the map for both of these teams right now. I'm curious as to how these ones pan out and whether we see people rotating away from
Magic Toka. Oh, he's so close. He's got his Dragon Stance left. I wonder if he's got his heal. Still 12 seconds left. They need to keep the focus on just for about 5 or 6 seconds more. But the thing is, they've changed it around onto Oracle. So they can't focus down onto Magic Toka. He's going to have his heal back up quite soon, so they should be okay. He actually just bails out completely, and he's fine. Texby now comes out from that Mansion node in that 1v1 and lets Jeff have the node as well. So they're relying solely on kills at the moment. What are they thinking? What is in rank 55's mind at present?
Oracle is in a whole lot of trouble right now. There's about 1 million condies on him.
He's
low on HP, doesn't have his Reaper Shroud available. Gets knocked into that down state. Are they going to be able to get the res? Zan is looking to try and pull it on through. Is there any CC available? No, there's not. Oracle gets back onto his feet. And rank 55 stay in this fight for now. Reaper Shroud is going to be there to keep him alive. And actually, they're turning this one around onto Nos over towards the midpoint.
And also Wakey dropping quite low here, but the Oracle's still about 50% HP. Really, they feel like he's the weakness of this team at the moment, or at least the focus target, as they do get the res once again. So, you know, they're as soon as they get that focus down to the players, they immediately turn it back, so they can't continue with their momentum of taking down those players on the Abjure. And it's great play from these guys at the moment. They're playing fantastically well.
Yeah, they are indeed, but there is only 2 minutes left on the clock, and take a look at this scoreboard right now.
This is, at the moment, the Abjure's game, of course.
Honestly, like, the fights have been so close, but the Abjured seem to have much better focus on where and when they want to fight. They are picking the fights, they are choosing the pace of the game, and rank 55 is just reacting to it. We need to see more proactive play coming out from rank 55. They have to be the ones in the driving seat if they want to take games off a team of such caliber as the Abjured.
And, I mean, you know, there is also the fact that, you know, this is actually their pick as well. But this is the Kylo is the Abjured's pick. So, you know, they know how to play this map. So, at least, you know, rank 55 didn't lose their pick of maps of what they wanted to play. But I feel like they put themselves in some positions where they could have, you know, they could have dealt with the... I think, you know, Mancao being in that 1v1 versus Nos really, really was hurting them quite early in the game. You can see at the moment these fights are a lot more to and fro. You know, we've got the downstate coming out, then we've got the pressure coming out as well onto Oracle. Now Oracle is surviving a lot better now. They need to learn how to survive versus the Abjured with Oracle. Once that happens, if they've got enough games in the day, they could potentially come back in another map.
Yeah, absolutely they can. And I mean, this is the thing as well. As you say, the fights have not been one-sided. Like, rank 55 have been doing well in these fights, but unfortunately for them, they just, as I said before, don't seem to be able to simultaneously play these fights and be around the map making these plays and capturing those nodes. The Abjured always seem to have someone off getting one of the decaps or getting a cap elsewhere on the map. And so the game is going to be getting underway in just 10 seconds time. Let's see who's going to be able to take this second map in this series. Rank 55, for the sake of kind of momentum and sort of mental fortitude, I really feel like this is an important one for them.
Yeah, indeed. Here we go. back into this map. Wondering actually, Levin's on power. Sorry, Levin's on Condi there. Texby, of course, back on the power as well. As we go over towards this mine node for the team, maybe potential to get caught up over in the roads below this midpoint here in this second game.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we're going to see this kind of just a free point given away to the European team. We've seen this in every single Abjured game. They don't seem to have any issue giving up that first point so that they can have the +1 in one of the other fights. And let's see if it's going to pay off for them in this one, as the points are slowly but surely going to start to tick in favor of the rank 55 Dragons, but can they turn it into anything? That's the question. If they can hold on to this point and not lose these fights that follow it, then they're going to be in a fantastic position.
See, look at Wakey now. Like, he realizes he's away from the bigger fight, the 2v2 or so. So he comes back to it, offering the support which his team needs to push them into a winning situation. And now he's going to actually move back over towards midpoint when that changes again. So they're moving Wakey around a lot. But whereas Kylo, he can move right through the middle of the map quite easily. He's got a lot of work to do moving back to and fro in this point now.
The keep is looking pretty good for the rank 55 Dragons, but as I say that, it's going to be 2 versus 1.
Toka's going to go down
on
here.
That one. Toka does end up going down. Don't know if the res is going to be there from Wakey. Looks like he just bails on out of that one in the end. But actually, Levin's in a little bit of trouble. He's in a 2 versus 1 himself, and he's just trying to escape. Climbing up the mountain for himself. Zan's arrived on the scene as well, and in fact, he should be able to get away with this one. And this is actually looking fantastic for the rank 55 Dragons as they pick themselves up a 2 cap.
Yeah, I think we should be okay here, but Levin kind of... I'm a bit confused. I know he won't go downstairs to try and avoid a lot of damage. We do have Elixir X throw available from Zan. Whether or not he's going to be able to get that off is obviously another thing, but damage comes off to him. He's trying to go for the res, does pick him up in the end. Levin's going to be okay. Thought that's pretty much going to happen. Didn't want to hype that up too much. We see another potential heal coming out from Zan as well, mainly using Zan as a camera angle, as Nas has gone down over towards the midpoint. So we see the 2 cap coming out from these guys. Oracle goes back over towards the henge to look after that node. So we come back over to the mine. Now, if the blue team can just survive this, then great. But if Nos comes out, he can just offer so much pressure, so they need to be careful at the moment, because potentially the Abjured could sway this back into the favor. We have actually seen the decap coming out on the henge as well.
Yeah, we absolutely have, and that is going to be just a 1 cap advantage for the rank 55 Dragons, but they are winning out in these fights so far. They're doing a fantastic job. Oracle is going to be the target by the looks of things, as he actually just tries to kite away from
Levin could be in trouble here. Cup conditions piling up on him as well. And he kind of relieved. No, he's unfortunately, Mancal does come in for potential res. Look at the damage. And Cleve coming out from the job. Good job. We do see the res in the end. How many cooldowns were used from that? We can have a look in a moment. But Mancal doesn't have as much support for the team, of course, through his shouts. He does have the water attunement available, so if he does need to get back into that and relieve some conditions and some healing, that's not too bad. The shouts come back up, which means they're going to be able to have some power and push through, especially if they can get the kill down onto Nos, and that's what's going to happen. Wakey comes in for the res as well as Phantaram, and they should be able to get him up with the Revenants, of course, with that extra res power.
They've managed to turn it on its head as Texby does hit the deck, and actually he's surrounded by Abjured members. They're just going to leave him alone to drop down. But can they get his 2 cap off this one? Rank 55 should be able to get over to keep and manage to keep control of the map at least.
Keep control of the keep, mate.
Actually is in a little bit of trouble as well. I'm not sure why he's still at the mine here. I think
he's just trying to distract time. Yeah, he's trying to buy time as it is. Wants to try and hold on to it. But the thing is, they've pulled out into the rest of the map, and they've they want to try and actually, equal things out into smaller fights. If they have a big team fight, the Abjured are going to be able to win that. They're going to wipe as a team. If they can sustain and hold around different points and maybe keep the Abjured outnumbering them, like they have now, which was very good play from rank 55. Unfortunately, if Zan dies here, which I doubt because he's an engineer and Zan is Zan, opinion of mine is that he is probably one of the best Guild Wars 2 players, and he's proved it there.
Well,
doing
by the looks of things, he's one of the best 10 Guild Wars 2 players.
Oh yeah,
as we are in our grand finals
definitely.
here. Well, let's take a look at this. 1 cap apiece. The points still in favor of rank 55 Dragons, but Oracle's getting incredibly low. Does manage to get into that Reaper Shroud, so he's going to be able to hang on for just a little bit, but he's only got 400 HP, so once that temporary health bar does run out, he's going to be in trouble. Gets his heal up at the very last second and will be able to survive this fight for just a little bit longer. And I say a little bit longer, I mean it exactly, because he's going to get dropped into that down state by the looks of things. Fanta should be able to finish this one up. He's going to get cleaved on down, and that's the man advantage given over to our red team.
Yeah, Mankel did a good job there trying to go back onto the point at mid to think about a possible decap, but you know, he offered up the healing. There wasn't much else he could do. The pressure was really on from Abjord, and now they're trying to hold again like they did before. The lead that they had will be diminishing now as we see the two, well, it was a 2-cap, a possible another 2-cap coming out on the side over on the Hench. We see D-cap coming out on mine, and they will be able to come back quite well. And now the Abjord pushing over towards their home node potentially, or just we're going to see Chafe versus Zan, and NG versus NG is never going to win. So that point is going to be contested for a good old time now.
Yeah, well, the Hench has been decapped here, sending the 2 men over to their home node. Rank 55 will be able to at least get 1 cap under their belt, so they're going to be able to keep their short lead. But Levin has ended up going down, and look at that, Fanta just leaves him to bleed on out.
But so is Nos as well, over on the other side of the map. We should be able to see him taken out, which equals into that 4v4. So not too bad, but look, we've seen the +1 coming out from Magic Toker over on the other side. Zan, great movement here as he brings out the slick shoes and with the throw Elixir X and brings out the Elixir X. He's using all the tools in the box, and I'm not just saying that because he's an engineer. Look at this beastly man, but he needs help. He needs assistance right now as Texby comes in from the side. This is going to be a great play from Zan if they can hold it and even take control, but he's got nothing left maybe. But he's using Elixir X to make sure he holds for his maximum that he can to hold those cooldowns in mind. And even now, we do see that the Abjord is suffering quite heavily there, but still back up to HP as we see Wakey coming into this fight.
Zan played that perfectly. He had only a certain amount of cooldowns. He was on a time limit, but he held on long enough for his team to get back to him, and now they're in a fantastic position. Look at this, decap over towards mid as well. That's going to be Texby, Levin, sorry, taking that one. Oracle does drop into that downstate and will be finished off, so that will be the mine guaranteed here for the Abjord here, but rank 55 Dragons, they're looking at the keep. They might just be able to get it. Phantom trying to do what he can to deny this cap. He's only about 3 seconds away from being capped if they can stay on the point.
Phantom's under pressure though, his heals run out. He should be able to take it out here.
Thunderclap does stun him, he's trying to kite away, can't quite get the stun off, and in fact will be able to get a little bit of health back.
Yeah, now Mancal back over on the midpoint as well, gives them that fighting chance at team fight. But it's still equal at the moment. We've got, you know, the lead is for rank 55 Dragons at the moment, but, you know, one single teamwork can really bring that out. Even getting 1 kill could bring control back in for the Abjord. But I think we've seen some great play coming out from rank 55. Unfortunately, we are going to see Mancal coming down here. I was sure we were going to see a res coming out, but there was so much pressure. They're going to go for it again. Just staying in Mancal's perspective, but Zan, because of that pressure as well, they used that so well, the Abjord, to almost knock out another kill there. And good job as Zan is taken out finally.
Look how spread out that fight was as well. It was like a team fight, but instead of the cluster, just completely around the entire mid area. But this feels like the exact opposite of the first game. Instead of it being kind of rank 55 winning the fights but losing in map play, it's the other way around. Now 55 are the ones that have managed to get these points stacking up. Look at the fight though. Oracle getting incredibly low, doing his best to just stay
He's okay for now, yeah. I mean, Oracle, the thing is, he's in play form. We've seen Levin going down elsewhere, and we're going to see a res coming out from Zan. Is it going to be possible? It is. Good Moa throw as well comes out from him. Look at the damage that comes out to Toka. And this is going to be a really good kill here if they can get it in the end. Should be able to as they push Nos away. Over on the midpoint, are we going to see a decap as well? We're going to see that coming out. Henge 1 node in favor of rank 55 as they hit a 100-point lead now.
Yeah, they might even be able to get this into a 2-cap because Nos is doing his best to try and get onto this point. And in fact, we are going to see Chaith as well heading up towards that midpoint. Nos is going to hang on as long as he can, but I don't think Chaith is going to get there in time. Nos goes down. Chaith now arriving with his sneak gyro. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this res though. He does in fact. Nos gets back onto his feet. So beautiful play coming out from Chaith. And now they turn it around onto Levin. If they can get this kill, then the Abjord are in a fantastic position to at least get this mid-cap. But still, the 1-cap advantage for rank 55. They're ranking up these points and Nos goes down once more.
Yeah, that's good pressure from them, but 5K did a really good job. Nice release from, nice elite from the Revenant, of course, as well. If they lose,
Chaith goes
that's
down.
a big kill on Chaith. And they can really get the cap points now. And it all started from this movement over towards mine when the Abjord pushed 2 members onto Oracle, where you thought that he was definitely done. But that plague form saved him. It kept him, lasted him so long for the Elementalist of Mancal to come on to bring in that healing support as well. And rank 55 are playing a great game at the moment. Look at the kills coming out from the Oracle down and out. Levin almost close to going down himself. I don't feel like this is over as of yet, even though we almost have a 200-point lead.
Yeah, it's about 150-point lead right now for rank 55 Dragons, but there is still 5 minutes on the clock. Phantom is going to be going down though. if they're going to be able to finish off this kill, they're going to be in fantastic stead. And by the looks of things, nobody's going to be able to get him back up. But Wakey drops as well. Look at this,
really
rank 55 are taking control of this game. They're not letting the Abjord even get a single foothold back onto this map. They're slowly but surely tightening the stranglehold right now, and the Abjord are struggling to find a way back in.
This is good play from rank 55. They've really, every single time, different iterations with different members on this map of these players as well. Are they going to finish off with a cheeky Sparnil kill with just spill damage while the team fighting? No, they're not. And we are going to see the Abjord grab that kill, but Toka's going to go into the down state. There's no way Chafe can come in for the res here, surely. He puts his gyro down, and again, he's so good at these bloody reses, man, I tell you. He sticks his gyro down, and he's back up, comes in for the res as well. Gyro is so strong. It's brilliant play from Chafe there. Good job from him.
Yeah, Nos is in a little bit of trouble. Reaper Shroud is going to come out here so he can continue to fight on against Mancow. But when he comes back out, not going to have too much HP to play with. But I would expect this to go on for quite a while just yet. Texby, however, might not be in the greatest of situations because he's got Chafe and Toka around him, but going to be able to get that crystalline hibernation and just be able to kite away from this one. He's going to go to Dragon's Dance and will have his heal available, so he's going to be able to keep himself alive for now as he kites on away. Nos back over towards this hench point, just doing his very best to make sure that this stays decapped.
Yeah, he's keeping Mancow there as well, which is what we were talking about, pardon me, in the last map as well, where Mancow was kept out of a team fight situation. But the thing is, rank 55 are, you know, they're able to hold the rest of the map as it is because they're breaking out into smaller fights. They're not putting a team fight up as well. And Nos is actually +1 up on there as well. It's not enough time for Chafe to come in with these epic res plays that we're seeing here. People might say, oh, epic res plays, but still, you've got to put your gyro down there and have the guts to jump into that res in the first place where there are two players potentially trying to take you out. So, you know, I feel like those are good plays for him. You know, really, really showing the use of that gyro.
Absolutely, and take a look at this. The two Kappas come out. They're just 50 points away from victory. And with 3 minutes on the clock, it looks like rank 55 Dragons are going to be able to even up the scoreline here, so long as they can just keep this going. Toka is going to be going down here. He's in downstate. Wakey looking for the rest, but he's not going to find it. Fantaram as well gets knocked onto his bum. And that is going to be Wakey just abandoning ship right now. They're still not ending the game. The decaps have come out from the Abjord, but I feel like they're kind of just delaying the inevitable at this stage.
There's that, definitely. They definitely need to learn as much as they can, especially from this cap game on this map. Very different, like we were talking about before, you know, to Kylo, of course.
Yeah.
Not really many boss kill utilized there, obviously. They're focusing on most of the kills, actually spilling a fight over there onto Chieftain as well, and getting a nice kill. So Svanir over on the northeast side of the map there, of course. And this has been a good game by rank 55 Dragons. Mancow does go down over on the midpoint. 2 minutes left, only 15 points remaining. That kill won't amount to much, unfortunately, because obviously we are getting to the point where the Abjord cannot obviously come back.
Yeah, and the cap is going to come out over at Henge as well, which will secure this victory. So even if they get the decap on the mind, that is going to be rank 55 Dragons taking the second game in this series, just 5 points away now as they get their extra cap, and that is going to be the last point ticking on in. That is going to be our Europeans evening this one up. EU or NA taking this series to 2-1 here. We're all tied up at 1-1 currently, and we'll see how these starting splits kick this game off over on the legacy of the Fofire.
Hold on to your points.
They come out of the map, of course.
Theirs.
Looking to see whether or not the engineers go for the far push. Looks like we're going to see Chafe moving over towards the quarry now. No, Zan's going to go over to mid. So we're seeing a lot often, actually, of a lot of changes, even of like rotations into different maps. Obviously, the maps play differently as well, but it's sustained more over on the midpoints. We see Elementalists move in there, as well as Engineers. So we're looking at these 1v1s on the side. Phantom versus Levin. Now, that's a big fight right there, because you might even think like of Levin as almost the leader of rank 55 in the coordination with Texby as well, I guess. And now Texby versus Chafe over on the other side of the map means that Oracle's going to come in for the support there to +1 or replace. And as that happens, Wakey is pulled out on towards the side point. So that's interesting to see how they're going to deal with that. Magic Toka left to cap the node means Mancow's going to move into mid, but 1v1 and away from the more team fight orientated skirmish here over on the side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Rank 55 feeling the pressure already, but this is it. If they can hold on right now and wait out the cooldowns, I don't know if it's going to last because Zan has gone down into down state 11 as well, is incredibly low. And I don't think anyone's here to pick Zan back up.
But Nos is very close to going down as well.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and we're going to see Zan is just taken out. So it's 4 versus 5 right now. 11 just desperately trying to hold on as Fantaram is winning out this 1 versus 1 over towards the waterfall. Nos gets into that Reaper Shroud as well, so he's going to be able to stay on this map and kite back onto that graveyard node. As Texby is not going to be able to get back onto him. 11 goes down, and this is looking like a fantastic start for the Abjured.
Yeah, especially going for the down, obviously, onto Texby. They get that. They should be able to get the 2 cap quite easily here. And Nos 1v1 versus Mancal mid. You know, again, Mancal was forced to just stay on the point and keep it decapped. Are we going to see the res
getting
possibly?
res.
Yes.
Beautiful play coming out from Zan. He sneak gyros over in, and now they've got a 2 versus 1 onto Fantaram. This might be their way into grabbing that waterfall. Wakey has been put into downstate over towards the quarry as well, but Oracle, he's in that 2 versus 1. He's not going to be able to finish this one off. And Wakey gets saved at the very last second. Oracle trying to cleave him on out, and in fact will be able to do so.
Whoa.
Nice play from Oracle.
Very good play from Oracle there. Magic Toka does come onto him as well. Oracle is very low. He doesn't have much left,
really nice jump
well.
though. Pulled himself to safety. He's going to be able to kite away from Toka for a little while. I would expect him to go down eventually, but I mean, there's people dropping left, right, and center for both of the teams right now, but there's only a single cap in favor of rank 55 Dragons, so they'll slowly but surely start to catch up to the Abjured, but they've still got a long way to go. Abjured still definitely in control of kind of the momentum of this game, it feels like, and each team now with a home node, they're going to start to clash at this midpoint.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're actually going to see decap 5 Fantaram, but maybe we're going to see Zan moving back over to the cap there as well, keeping out, a bit of sustainability over on the midpoint, which feels like they really need as well at the moment. I wonder if we're going to see rank 55 just pull out of this mid cap at present. Whether or not Mancal is going to distract, we don't know as of yet. As we go over towards the waterfall, feels like Oracle's been dead forever. And now Zan is down to about 50% HP here as well. 2 cap comes out for the Abjured. God, well, I feel like I've said that
decapped the quarry though, so that is going to be a 1 cap apiece again. And in fact, Toka goes to answer Texby, so that's not going to be anything too crazy coming out right now. And it's going to be Revenant on Revenant over at the quarry, and they're going to be able to juke that one out for a while.
This is a big fight here over on the waterfall node at the moment as well, as Oracle comes in with a nice spiral, trying to get that poison damage on, just trying to make sure that Fantaram isn't going to be able to be regenerated here. Puts nice pressure out as well. Red 11 going over towards the midpoint, and looks like they might be able to keep this cap. Maybe they can get a +1 over on this quarry node as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's take a look at this map. Right, this is such a close series so far. 1-1 apiece yet again. This time it's the Abjured with the point lead, 30 points ahead of their opponents right now. But rank 55 certainly only 30 points down with 11 minutes on the clock. There by no means out of the running just yet. And we've seen in this meta it can swing on its head in just a matter of seconds. Fantaram is going to be focused on down at this graveyard point. Can they finish it off though? That's going to be the question. Wakey arrives on the scene. He's going to be able to help out his teammate.
God, Wakey is just... He's just such a boss, man.
Wakey has been a standout player for the Abjured.
Really, every single tournament, he's like the silent one that we never really talk about so openly. But Nos goes down here. Can Magic Toka come in for the race? Whoa! Defense field just invades the screen. And that's the presence of that man. Mr. 5 Gauge, of course, coming in with the nice res assistance.
Yeah, Nos is going to be able to survive for a little bit longer. Does get into that Reaper Shroud. Texby actually in a whole lot of trouble right now, and he is going to be able to get there. As I'm saying that, I'm not sure if it's actually going to come through.
He's coming back up.
Trying to finish it off, and
so close.
He gets it up. He gets it up in the end. 5 Gauge now is going to get knocked down, and this is it. They overextended to try and get the kill. They used all their cooldowns, and now it's going to get flipped on its head. Rank 55 are winning this fight. No one's going to be able to get these 2 reses, and now it's 5 versus 3.
Absolute amazing play there. Just from the down, they come back with the Plague Res Oracle, and they use so much. I really didn't think they were going to be able to hold that there, to be honest. And we are going to see Magic Toka moving potentially back into that. But they can just outrun, overrun mid. Oracle just needs to be careful and regenerate here. They don't want to lose any members. They're going to be coming back into this map with a 2 cap at 130. 150 points almost for the Abjured. Are we going to see them take the lead here? Should be able to if they can take the 2 cap, but they need to bounce off these kills and snowball this map into their favor. We know this is the map that they can do it. Can EU take another game from the Abjured and move on towards potentially taking the entire series? I do not think the Abjured are going to let them do it because they have got so much power on their side as they tack up the Oracle at mid.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Speaking of the Abjured, they're going to be able to pick that kill up, and now they're looking towards Levin and Zan as well. They're doing some fantastic work in this mid-fight, and that is going to basically win it out for them after taking the Oracle out. Levin's so close, and he will go down. Fantaram takes him out in that 1 versus 1. Texby and Zan as well, incredibly low. And actually, rank 55 is starting to fall apart a little bit here. Texby might just be about to drop. His heal has been used. He's only got 7k HP. It looks like Toka might just be able to finish this one out for himself. At least they're delaying these deaths somewhat. So it's not just a straight up wipe. They're going to be able to hold on to at least some pressure around the map.
I think the Abjured just played that so well in terms of their experience. It really feels like rank 55 got a bit cocky there, in all honesty. You know, they started to push to mid. They weren't able to get the kills quickly enough. And, you know, the Abjured just started to move around the map in a more effective way, playing it better, a bit more calm and collected using their experience. But the thing is, rank 55, it feels like, you know, they were trying to go for more, and they should have just settled for what they wanted, you know, and that's, you know, we can all relate to that in a degree. Nuts over on the waterfall now. He's going to be fine for now as well. And we're looking to try and see if rank 55, they didn't even gain the lead there. Even with the 2 kills on a map which is so snowball.
Yeah, I mean, this is
really
I think this is the closest game I've ever seen on this map. Chait is about to go down as well. It's going to be just about okay. They managed to stop himself back up to half HP. But actually, as I say that, they turned the focus straight back onto the defense field. It's not going to be enough to pick him back up. And actually, I would expect him to drop here. So, Waterfall already in favor of rank 55, and they're looking for the quarry as well. And in fact, take a look at mid right now. They've only got Zan on there. This actually
is a possible free cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Right I think the quarry is going to be contested, but it's at very least a 2 cap. Vantaram is in a whole lot of trouble. He's about to go into downstate. Oh, beautiful kiting around the point though, keeping himself alive.
He is still alive. He has had 1k HP for a good 20-30 seconds there. I mean, I do not know how he survived for that long. I know Revenant can evade a lot of damage, but that was ridiculous play.
This might be 3
from
cap.
Vantaram. Exactly. Yeah, I told you. I said, didn't I? I said free cap is incoming, and there it is. We are going to see that free cap for rank 55 Dragons. That is a powerful move right there on the second map against the Abjured. That is big stuff.
And this is, I mean, I mentioned momentum at the start of this game. This is so important. If the Abjured lose this game, they have a 2-win streak on their hands to be able to take the final. Toka has gone down as well. There's no one anywhere near to save him. He tried to get the decap on Quarry, but he's going to be denied. And now the gates are already being attacked by Texby. They're setting up to finish this one off with a Lord if they can. They're only 60 points away from being within the kind of victory range of that Lord. Chait in a 2 versus 1 over at mid as well. Oracle and Zan going to be trying to take him on out, but Sneak Gyro going to come into play, so Chait just going to try and disengage from that fight over at mid.
Yeah, he's just gonna stealth, go back onto node. They need to come back with a little bit of cap themselves, the Abjured at the moment, get closer to 350. As rank 55 start to get closer and closer to 350, the Abjured have got more to worry about. At the moment, they've got to worry about the caps. They've got to worry about a guy getting late back into the map. If Nos goes down here as well, that's going to be a big issue. But Levin is really pressured. But the thing is, I feel like they've got his Mancal's there. I mean, he's, you know, the Elementalists are playing out their skin today when they're playing, and you know that was important. Levin's back up to full HP, moves back out as well. But Texby is very low over towards the quarry as well. So
Levin coming okay there. This could be a cap, and in fact, they do manage to finish off the cap. Nice bit of CC. Come on.
Back to 1 cap. Almost 2 cap hype there, unfortunately, no. 5 gauge doesn't have a massive amount of cooldowns left, but does have Sneak Gyro. So when you've got that, you know, oh, nice CC actually from Texby there. Springs out the staff. Potential stability comes out from him there as well as we move back over to Warp. We're just having a look again on what's going over here, and we are near 350 points. So if the Abjured do have that comeback in their minds, you know, they've still got to worry about this gate down that's over towards the other side of the map, you know. They could just go for the Lord if they do start to lose everything else, but they've got to risk a lot to come back into this game.
Absolutely do. Chait incredibly low. He's just about out of cooldowns, but he's staying way at the edge of the fight, so should be able to top himself back up slowly but surely. Oracle having to kite around this midpoint, does not want to get caught with his pants down there. Got to go into Reaper Shroud, so still got a decent amount of HP to play with, but 1 cap apiece right now. We do see that rank 55 They're within range of a Lord kill to finish the game, but it's so risky for them to go for anything like that. Fantaram actually is going to be knocked into that down state. Is anybody going to be there to try and pick up the rest? Chaith is trying to get it through. Function Gyro is going to be into play as well, and Fantaram's so close to getting picked up, and he will do so.
He's
but
going to go back down though.
Immediately back into down state, and Oracle is looking to finish him off, and he will be able to do so. That's rank 55, taking him an advantage. If they can turn this into an extra cap, they're going to be in a fantastic position, as there's only 4 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, 5 gauge as well, dropping quite low himself. Does have his heal back up quite soon, so he should be okay for now. They need to sustain this, but Magic Toka drops, and that's going to be a big issue here right now as we hit towards 400 points, still 1 cap apiece. Look at the cleave. There's so much pressure there coming down, but the thing is 5 gauge dedicated so many cooldowns to that he then goes down, and there's nothing Magic Toka can do. That is 2 kills coming out for rank 55 Dragons to potentially put them at 2-1. This is massive in this finals of the Pro League for the world at the moment. NA versus EU is real right now as we go into this game. This is absolutely an immense day in terms of what is happening in potential upsets, because that is an amazing game being played by rank 55 at the moment.
This series between these two teams is so close. Like, even now, like, while we're so close to the end of the third game,
I can't call it.
It is not over. They're only 100 points behind. There's still 3 minutes on the clock. If we see some kind of crazy Lord play, or they somehow manage to get control of the map again, there's 1 man down on the side of rank 55. Fantaram is about to drop, but Mankau is already in down state. Fantaram does go down. If anyone can pick up this res, Noz is going to be on the scene to try and grab this one, but I don't think he's going to be able to finish this one off. Texby, though, might just be the sacrificial lamb here as Oracle finishes off the enemy. In fact, no, he can't quite finish him. Texby and Fanta both just laid there. Wakey arrives, and he's looking to pick up Fanta. Nos is there as well. They're looking for the res, and Texby is... Oh, Function Gyro comes out. They're both surviving somehow, hanging on to life. And Toka as well, elsewhere, is getting incredibly low. But it's a 2-cap coming out for the Abjured.
Exactly now, and they can potentially push for Lord as well. And I feel like that's something they're going to do with the 2-cap, because now rank 55 can't go for the D-cap themselves unless they can. They're not at 350 yet. Nos down, Fantaram down as well. Magic Toka lower HP. If they die here, they will lose this game because they've got no way to come back quickly.
Toka's down.
We could see the other caps coming out.
Nos is gone completely off the server. Toka's down as well. This might just be game right now. There's only they've got the 2-cap, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, because rank 55 are 15 points away from victory right now. We are nowhere close to a Lord kill, and with just 10 points remaining to cap, unless they somehow decap this graveyard, this is going to be the third game, going over to rank 55 Dragons.
Have we got it? Potential? No, they're pushing them. They're just defending the gates. They're just defending the gates at the moment, thwarting any push. They respawn and they can't make it.
Oracle just has to hold this graveyard.
3 points left.
2 points remaining. Oracle just has to stay alive, and they have taken this one. 500 points for the rank 55 Dragons. And Europe.
Why these guys could win, and that adding even more uncertainty. We are going into game. We've got 5 seconds left till it starts. Let's head into there, and we will see how well this potentially could be the last game of this series and of the day. Yeah,
let's head onto the map here as we see the players jump across the board, and we'll see where they decide to go for the opening split. I want to see how the Abjured have kind of changed things up from they lost on here earlier, and whether the map is kind of going to be the determining factor here. And I mean, we'll see whether the Abjured are at all tilted by the ridiculous comeback Vermilion had on this map earlier, because that was kind of out of this world. But take a look at this. We already see Fantaram starting to feel the pressure over towards the altar. Texby looking for the 1 versus 1 against him, and so far doing a very good job in that one. Crystalline Hibernation. In fact, it's a 2 versus 1 as Levin arrives as well. They're looking to force this kill very early on, and they're going to be able to do so. There goes the downstate, but at the other side of the map, Zan is incredibly low as well. Does have Mankau with him, and that's going to be the heals coming out. He should be able to escape from this one. Look at that mobility.
He's going to have the support from other people around the map. Although Oracle now in a 1v2 on the other side of the map actually holds very well, as we see Texby coming in for that support. Fantaram, where is he? He's healing up. Is he going to potentially get res in? No, we are going to see Levin coming back. That's good.
Levin's like, hang on a second.
Kept him down and out for quite a while there, actually. He's going to finish him off, so they're going to be down a man again for another good old while. I think it feels like Phantom actually did heal. Magic Toka, like you said, he's going to go down here. Nice res coming out, definitely got to come out from 5 gauge there. Good pressure comes out from the team over at 55. He's so close, no they're not. It's not enough, and that's going to be a massive thing. He's going to be knocked back here as well. 5 gauge is going to come in potentially. Sorry, he was going to try and come in for the res. Again, another kill. 2 kills coming out so far for rank 55. Good job from those guys. We head back over towards mid. 5 gauges take us over quite nicely to that position right now.
Really solid play from the Europeans so far. They clearly have a strategy coming into this one, and they're executing it perfectly so far. They managed to get themselves 2 kills, and now they've got themselves 2 caps as well. The points are ever so slightly in favor of rank 55, but with it being just 10 points, it really does not matter at this early stage. It's going to be all about the caps and all about who can control the pace of the rest of this game.
Look at the focus on
once again, getting focused on down. He's going to be able to use his cooldowns, but that heal will now be on cooldown. So if he does get focused again, he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Levin, though, is going to be on the other side of that one. He doesn't have much in the way of cooldowns either. So
Line Hibernation comes out, though, which helps for a little bit of time. Actually gets really good support there from the rest of the team as Zan comes in with his heal. Blasts that. 5 gauge dropping quite low himself as well. Doesn't have his heal, but has that block available and that defense field if he needs to defend himself, everyone. But we are going to see Nos going into the downstate as he gets hard focused here as well. 5 gauge drops as well. This could be a 3-man wipe as we see Fencer drop into downstate, and Wakey is very close as well. If they can finish him off here, this would be a great timing, especially for a stillness. It's a shame they couldn't just leave it for a little bit longer, but this is going to be great timing for rank 55. But look at Magic Toka using that situation to his advantage. Is going to go for the decap right across the other side of the map.
Yeah, he certainly will, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough for them. It looks like it might just be the gate and the temple going over to rank 55 as 3 men still going down for the Abjured. So the respawn's going to slowly but surely start to come in, and the home node is the one that is currently being captured for the Abjured. So right now, the Abjured, they're going to be able to reinforce and try and fight for that temple right now. But take a look at this. A couple of members from the Abjured fighting out against Zan over at the altar. And Zan did actually manage to deny the cap on the altar at least. But
where is he? 1v2 Zan. Are we just going to call him 1v2 Zan from now on?
He's been doing this all day long.
It's just absolutely amazing play from him. So many individuals. He's definitely one of the MVPs of the entire day. I mean, now we've got this. Yeah, over on the midpoint now as well. It's going to get the cheeky decap there. We've got the stillness coming out as well over on the midpoint. There's so much going on. Did unfortunately miss that there. We're going to see Zan dropping into downstate there as well, pushing TexB away.
400 HP Reaper Shroud from Oracle right there.
Whoa.
Narrowly surviving, and he's going to be able to get his heal off, so he stays on the map right there. Zan has been killed over at the midpoint, so that should be the gate going over towards the Abjured right now, but it's going to be 2 cap for 2 cap right now as they do have stillness on the side of rank 55 Dragons. So the points still stacking up. Oh, actually, no, the decap comes out on Temple. This is bad news for rank 55 right now. Oracle is in downstate as well, and he will be going down the man advantage, the cap advantage. And by the looks of things, soon to be the point advantage right now for...
Fenceram drops quite low as well. He does have his heal back up, but they can't go for the extra damage on the kill there. And if they get Levin, they can really snowball this into a potential movement over towards this other side of the map. And this is great from the Abjured. As you can see them currently at the moment, just performing absolutely amazingly. We have the altar in their favor at the moment. Oracle respawns, go for the decap there potentially as well. Mankow's still over on mid. He's trying to hold him and Zan, maybe distracting over towards this midpoint, keeping 3 members of the Abjured there. You can see this map is just switching in favor-wise.
I mean,
when sorry, not when Trigger comes on. We've already seen that coming up, but we are going to go. We are going to see that 8:30. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat.
Absolutely.
Tech speed dropping quite low, moving over towards this midpoint as well. They're just looking for the hold at the moment, trying to distract them around the map.
Absolutely, and we did see the decap and recap over at the temple coming out from Oracle, so that at least gives rank 55 control of their half of the map, and now it's going to be all about this midpoint. And actually we have a fight kind of halfway between the 2 nodes right now. 2 versus 2. Toka going to be the focus target of Levin and Mancow right now, but Nos should be able to deter any pressure that's coming out. Zan, however, is going to be the target over towards that mid node, and actually he's just going to try and kite away, trying to head back towards somewhere a little safer.
He's got, so much sustainability coming out from the engineer, from many factors as well. He gets out there okay, and we are going to see as well. Look at Levin just being a boss here, using the terrain there very well, but I feel like he's going to go down here. Does get dropped, but we have got kill coming out from Nos as well, over on the top of the Oh, his 5 gauge comes in again for the res. Is he going to be able to get it? He's very close, so close to getting
He's
it.
gonna
They
get it
up as well, and they get support. Nos can then push over towards the temple.
Oh, Levin's getting the res.
2-cap
We
comes
see
out as well.
Texby come in. Levin's going to get back up. Texby manages to save
Now
his
look at
teammate. It's going to be
2v1.
5v5 still. With Texby solo, Oracle solo. This is still looking good for the Abjord.
Tranquility.
They take down the Oracle. Can they finish him off though? Zan goes down as well.
No.
And is falling apart for the rank 55 Dragons. Texby
the
just
wrong
trying
time.
to escape. Tranquility has just spawned as 2 men have gone down. Texby just going to try and do whatever he can, try and get into these fights again. But this is looking fantastic for the Abjord as they've managed to get the stillness for themselves, and they're going to be looking for this Tranquility as well. Texby going to be here
But
to make
Nos
sure it
is
doesn't get
down.
capped just yet.
Nos is downstated as well, so Mancow is going to go for this down here, as we have got a great movement from rank 55 Dragons. Good job. Magic Toka comes out for the pressure on the res. Don't think he's going to be able to get this here, and they can switch this up. But no, he's
going for the res.
What?
He
The
gets
res
him.
power of Toka. This team is doing so well with their support. Levin goes down over on the midpoint. The 2 side nodes helped 55 stay in this game at present, and it's so close. We've only got 5 or 6 points in this game at present. Everything is relied upon around Tranquility. Mancow downstated as well. What are they going to do? Are they going to fight over here? Because they do need to. Texby is dropping low. He goes into downstate as well. They need to be very careful. Phantom drops quite low as well. He can't go for too much pressure.
Insane.
We are going to see Levin coming in with the power res. Is he going to be able to get it? He's so close.
Texby's
Look
so
at the
close.
clean. I swear he was going to
Levin
come
is
up
so
there.
low.
Ridiculous damage coming out in control. We're
This
going to
is-
see Levin as well going into downstate. So much happening.
This is as close as the game could be. Levin finally goes down. Texby as well is solo, but he's going to get the rest by the looks of things from Mancow. He's trying to finish him off, but the cleave comes out. Vantaram there solo as well, but he's going to be able to arrive on the scene and try and take out Texby. But here comes the function gyro, just trying to keep the team in.
Mancow's going for it again.
Mancow arrives again, and they're going to be able to get the res onto Texby here. If
They
can just
do!
finish it off, and they do!
Oh my
Zan
God!
as well, incredibly low. They need to get over to him ASAP,
much.
but he goes down.
Too much, way too much. Texby's very low. They need to pick, what are they going to do here? They're still in range. Are they going to fight over Tranquility and lose members, or are they just going to leave someone who can sustain that? And now we've got the D-cap mid. Levin's going to get back into the fight. That means the Abjord have got to think about the caps around the rest of the map. But she said that to Texby. But you've also got to think, someone's got to think about Texby because he's being pressured hard here. Look at the Abjord.
Oh, Oracle 1v1's Wakey over at the
Wakey's
temple.
down over on the temple. That's so
Look at the
important.
points right
they can
now.
engage this team fight down below, possibly win it and get Trank, but they don't need to at the moment because they could just +1 mid, potentially get the damage there. But look at Phantom, he's
He gets
down,
back up.
gets res. This is powerful downstairs. This is where the Abjord could win or lose it right
The
here.
Abjord have committed so much to downstairs. The 2-cap up on the nodes is so crucial right now. Rank 55 are going to slowly but surely rack up these points. There's only 6 minutes on the clock, and there's a 25-point difference right now. This is absolutely everything for the Abjord. They are so close to being knocked out of the tournament at this rate. Fantaram looking to try and get Tranquility. Zan is... Oh, I thought Zan was going to
Levin's down,
for a
Levin
second
downstate
there.
down below. Zan comes in. Is he going to be able to get the rest here? He's going to chuck his
he's gonna be
gyro
able to
in.
get
He's going
up.
to be fine. Yeah, the gyro is so strong. And then we go over towards the midpoint, still sustained. We're going to hit 400 points. This is
Francis gonna
ridiculously
go down.
close. We're going to have
Hibernation.
stillness. If 55 gets stillness, is anyone in range? No, they're not at the moment. Oh my good lord, Joe. This is
There's
absolutely
two down.
intense
There's two
game
down
right now.
for the
And they've
Abjord.
got 2
Fantaram.
down. Magic Toka and Phantom, as you said, have been taken out here. Wakey can't come in for it. Is Texby going to get Tranquility? This could be an
Nos?
amazing finish. Are we going to see these guys win out a game with maybe a Tranquility here? Are the Abjord going to let them take it? With 3 men down on the map, 5 gauge as well, possibly dropping. If they get wiped here, Joe,
Wakey!
we could see new
They're
world
going for the
champions
wipe!
from the Pro League finals. From the EU of rank 55, you can't surely
Texby.
tell me that the Abjord are going to come back now.
Levin's going to go for the Tranquility. They're looking for the 3-cap. And right now, rank 55 are looking for the 3-1 victory right now. They've got the Tranquility. They've got the stillness. They've got the double bump. And it looks like they've got the victory.
What is happening right here in the UK, in Europe, where the European team of rank 55 Dragons have taken the Pro League finals in a great finish to the game. They are
Absolutely
ecstatic.
insane.
Members on their team didn't even think they were going to be able to do that today, but maybe they were just keeping their cool.
That was an absolutely insane finish to an absolutely insane Pro League. What a final game to end it all on. It was so close for the entire match. And then right at the end, I mean, I don't even think we've seen a double buff finish like that throughout the entire Pro League. What a way to end it. We've had some insane matches today. And the best of the best have all been on Temple as well.
It's just look at the trophy right there, Guild Wars 2 Pro League. You've got to be pretty happy. As you can see these guys coming to the front of the stage now.
Look at those
showing
wins.
themselves off. Good job to these guys as they are your EU Pro League Season 1 champions.
This is somewhat of a revenge win as well for some of the players here. They've managed to topple the guys that kind of denied them from a previous victory. And look at that. Look at the smiles on those faces. They've taken it. Not only the best in Europe, but the best in the world. The Rank 55 Dragons, your champions here for the Season 1 of the ESL Guild Wars 2 Pro League. Absolutely phenomenal. What a series. Well, I mean, what a day for Guild Wars 2.
Well done, by the way.
You too. I mean, my
Good
voice...
prediction. I mean,
my voice is just about dead.
You got 55 right today. That's absolutely amazing stuff. Great games from all teams.
My prediction wasn't quite on.
It wasn't quite on, but you got the one. But yeah, like today, amazing amount. I can't even talk. Ridiculous how amazing. It's actually quite emotional. Just being a caster right here, right now. And I'm not sure the Rank 55 can even believe what's happening downstairs. But it's been a great day. It's been absolutely amazing.
It has been absolutely insane. And to round out our day, we are going to, for the final time, pass it over to our analyst desk and see what these guys think of what has been just an absolutely incredible end to an incredible season. From me and Jebro, until Season 2, it's going to be goodbye. And we're going to pass it over to our analysts to round out the show.
Thank you very much, boys. Great scenes here from Leicester in England as Rank 55 Dragons have crowned themselves the champions of the Season 1 Pro League. What a way to do it as well. Guys, map number 4. We expected there was the potential there for the Abjure to end up losing it out there, but what a way to end it. That was one of the most impressive ways to end a Temple map I've seen in quite a while, to be honest.
That was just crazy play from Rank 55. I mean, we saw multiple times where the Abjured looked like they were back in the game, looked like they were going to take the lead, but to round it out, I mean, the Abjured at the bot buff, they were killing Rank 55, who just out-rotated them like they did the previous 2 games all around the map. It didn't even matter that they were losing that fight. They continued to funnel in and take points around the map.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much 55 just did a radioactive strat where, I mean, they knew they were going to lose the fight. They knew that Abjured wins those team fights more often than not, and all they have to do is make sure they keep funneling body after body and just sustaining as long as possible, and then just play the map. If you look at the edge of the map, the peripherals, I mean, they always had control of that area.
Yep.
And as long as you funnel those guys into the middle and just control the outsides, I mean, that's how they get these victories.
Is there anything else that really stood out for you on that map in particular? Is there anything that you could really focus down on?
We did see Zan take on a 1v2 1 or 2 times there and survive. He left the fight. He didn't actually die in it. So that's something to note. He did in the previous game. Did an excellent job at that. So, you know, credit to him for really doing a good job.
I think that on Temple, throughout the day for Abjured, honestly, I really do believe that the first time we saw them lose on this map, they really kind of didn't commit a whole lot where they should have. I mean, it was probably a little bit of a misallocation of their resources. And I think that this time around, they kind of did the opposite and kind of went very overbearingly strong towards that bottom buff when they didn't necessarily have to. And that's when we saw these issues where basically, I mean, they're just sending body after body from 55 and losing a lot of time there.
I think looking at this final now, looking at how Rank 55 Dragons have actually taken it, what does it mean to them? I mean, they've just come out and they've beaten the Abjured. Like, after everyone was backing the Abjured, apart from Joe, what does that really mean here to Rank 55 Dragons?
I mean, the last time the Abjured lost a tournament like this was a year ago, actually, last February at the WTS in Boston. So, I mean, to know that it's been a year since something like that's happened, that's huge for huge for Rank 55, especially moving into Pro League Season 2. They're definitely probably confident about their roster moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, Abjured is going to walk away from this still with their head up. I mean, they made it to the finals. They're still easily the best team in North America at the moment. They're still easily, I mean, a top team in the world. So I think that they're going to walk away from this pretty good. I just think that they have a lot to improve on because 55 just saw exactly what they were going to do and just outplayed them on it.
Yeah, it's actually interesting when I think about it, because all the WTSs in the past have had a best-of-3 system, and then the finals, if you go through the losers bracket, will be a best-of-3, and then into a best-of-3. Temple, aside from what we saw in Cologne, really hasn't been too much of a factor in that, but it definitely weighed heavy on them in this tournament. So I guess they go back and try and look at what they can do on a map like that and try and refine it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that they need to look at is what they do in these team fight scenarios where they're getting pulled out of it. I mean, we talked about it a little bit before. On Forest, getting pulled out of those team fights and then losing control of the sides. Same thing happened on Temple, where they're losing these team fights, getting pulled into the middle and getting vacuumed into the middle. And not the only instance of a vacuuming occurring. I mean, you look at the team fights as well. Every time that we saw 55 going down in a fight, they would just allow that to create a vacuum where all the Absurd players would swarm to that body and try to put down state damage on top of that. And all they would do is put that counter pressure down and then turn that fight right back around.
Storm, your thoughts?
Oh, I just want to reiterate the fact that you got the score right, Hirix, but you got the wrong team.
3-1.
So
I said
just want to put that out there.
3-1.
You did get half of it right.
3-1. I got it. 3-1.
I agree with him. He was right on point there. So thank you very much, buddy, for getting that right on the money for sure. That is our grand final complete here for the tournament, as we have rank 55 Dragons walking away with $50,000. And for sure, I'm pretty sure we will see the Absurd coming back in Season 2 strong. They walk away with $25,000 to hand as well. I want to say a big thank you for the continued support of our sponsors here, as we have Alienware, Corsair, NVIDIA, and Sennheiser to thank for things that are going on here for Guild Wars 2. Gentlemen, any last words before we sign off?
It was definitely a lot more intense than anticipated against the Absurd, so definitely happy to see something like that.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a surprise today, but honestly, I don't think I could have gone any better, really.
No. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to what was a fantastic tournament with some surprises here and there. From Joey, Chrissy, and Amy at the desk, we'll see you next time.